I'm the bad one. I'm the bad one. I'm a bad one.
This is Mustang Football. Brought to you by Advanced Homes and by American Bus Sales. Advanced Orthopedics of Oklahoma. Neely Insurance and Financial Services. Edwin Evers Pecans. Armstrong Bank. Texoma Tractor. Will Rogers Animal Hospital. And by RCB Bank. This is the Advanced Homes Tailgate Show.
Fierce as they come. Tonight, it's another chapter in the storybook battle between two closest rivals. And the very real possibility there are alumni from Collinsville that have moved and raised their children as Mustangs, or vice versa. And that hits of disloyalty. That's how long this rivalry has been played. The Oologah Mustangs and Collinsville Cardinals, neighbors separated by just a 12-mile drive, but divided by generations of Friday night bragging rights. These two programs know each other well. Oologah, the pride of a smaller community, has already tested the waters this season with a fun win over Veneta last week to start the 2025 campaign. While Collinsville comes in fresh, eager to hit the field and prove they belong in the spotlight, both teams have talent, both have heart, and both believe tonight could be theirs. But here's the thing about rivalries like this. It's never just about football. It's about pride. It's about families in the stands. It's about the roar of a town when their boys in blue take the field against those guys in red. On paper, the Mustangs may be the smaller school, but they've never let size define them. Not tonight, not ever. As the lights blaze down on Mustang Stadium, you can feel it. The energy, the anticipation, and the history. This is not just another game on the schedule. This is a collision of tradition, a clash of neighbors, and a fight for bragging rights that will echo long after the final whistle. So here we go. Oologah, Collinsville, blue, red, tradition, and pride. This is what Friday Night Lights are all about. Let's play football.
Hello, everybody. I'm Brent Kellogg, along with my partner in crime tonight, Todd Brock, former OSSAA official. Todd, I tell you what, I think the Mustangs have got lucky back-to-back home games to start your season, but we cannot complain about the weather that we have tonight at Mustang Stadium.
No, it's beautiful out there. It's beautiful. The wind's blowing a little bit. Might affect some of the passing game, but it's a beautiful night.
All right, just got note that softball 13-5 with a 3-2 win over Claremore today, and they're in the middle of the middle of the softball tournament. We'll talk more about that coming up in just a little bit. And Lane Brown helping us tonight, and you'll notice there's a new graphic on the screen, so we're really trying to kind of spruce things up a little bit.
Looks great.
And we also have instant replay, hopefully, on board. So you can hear me. I'm knocking on wood. Hopefully that has. Guys, we got a lot of work to do. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we'll have our weekly conversation with head coach Sam Noble. We'll talk about how preparation went this week, some scheming thoughts that they have as going into Collinsville tonight. We'll have our starting lineups, national anthem, and more. This is the Advanced Homes Tailgate Show.
RCB Bank is community. RCB Bank is friendly customer service. RCB Bank is trusted. RCB Bank is here to help. RCB Bank is yesterday, today, and tomorrow. RCB Bank is everywhere you need us to be. We are RCB Bank. Open an account online today to see why our customers always say, RCB Bank, that's my bank.
Welcome back to Advanced Home Tailgate Show here with head coach Sam Noble. Sam, we played Veneta last Friday night. What did you learn about your team?
I learned our team that is we competed in all three phases of the game. You know, we came out, we did exactly what we should. You know, to a team like that. Nothing against Veneta, but us being a 4A, 3A, it's good to go out, set the tone, and you hop on them early. You know, had a little adversity strike a little bit, and the kids responded, was showing the sign of a mature team, and we're continuing to grow.
Great week of preparation this week.
Yep, it's been a solid week. You know, we've kind of doing some new things. Trying to get the ball on the edge a little bit more, try to do some fun stuff here and there. You know, it's always a big week when we're playing Collinsville, so we're excited to have the opportunity to go play Big 5.
Long-time rivalry game for the Mustangs and the Cardinals. I haven't watched any film on them, but I really do feel like we probably have a chance to make this competitive.
100%. I think we got a good group of kids that want to win and want to compete every week. So that's, you know, obviously thing number one that, you know, speaks highly of our kids. So I think we have a good chance as long as we take care of our work and what we can do. I think we'll be just fine.
What do you think they're going to try to do to you? Going to try to force you outside, make you run the ball?
I think they're going to try to force it outside with jet sweeps, and, you know, sprint out stuff on the edge, and they're also going to try to, you know, pound it up the middle as well. They got a good quarterback, they got a solid running back. They're not as big up front as what they have been, so I think they're going to try to hit the edge a little bit more. They got some skilled kids that can play pretty well, but I think that as long as we can maintain our contain lane.
All right, let's talk a little bit about our quarterback situation, because I know that's probably been a thing you guys are coaching through. What's your thoughts going into this week?
You know, we're going to roll both of them a little bit. They both have, you know, some good moments and some bad moments. Veneta, you know, some learning moments. So we're going to kind of roll them about every other series, just try to feel out, you know, the next couple of weeks. You know, who's our guy going into the district. And if one of them steps up this week and, you know, takes the reins, then we're going to roll with him.
Awesome. Back to you.
At Raising Cane's, we're huge football fans, but we're also fans of your local fundraisers and fun runs, small victories, and big ideas. And yes, even the neighborhood animal shelter. I was getting to that. Plus over 30,000 other partners in the communities we serve. When you order our hand-battered chicken fingers, craveable cane sauce, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade to cheer on your home team, you're also supporting your hometown. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love.
Welcome back to Mustang Thrill. Brent Kellogg along with the rest of the Mustang crew. Glad to have you guys along with us tonight. Todd, beautiful weather tonight. Honestly, we have been so lucky. Last Friday night, the weather was absolutely fantastic. Tonight, it's beautiful again. This doesn't feel like the first 2 weeks of high school football where, like, you got to hydrate and take hydration. We've done that. We've started games in the hundreds, and so, man, absolutely beautiful weather tonight.
Yeah, you can't ask for better, really. I mean, like I say, the wind is blowing a little bit, but, man, it's still.
I think it's calming down a little bit. I mean, when we were setting up, it would knock a guy like me over. So, hey, we're excited to get this thing started tonight. 12-mile trip for the Cardinals if they have come up and take on the Mustangs tonight. We'll talk a little bit more about what we have to do to win. But first, let's take a look at who our starters are tonight for the Mustangs. And we'll begin on the offensive side of the ball at the left tackle, number 57. He's a senior. Got to kind of pat him on the back a couple of times this week. Micah Chang at left guard, number 62, senior Alex Laubach. Center, number 54, probably has the most significant snaps in the offensive line. And they really kind of look to him for leadership. Lane Oliver at right guard, senior Aiden Gifford, and then at right tackle, number 65, senior Terry Daughtry. And those guys really need to have a good night tonight. Create some lanes, give your quarterback some time, but more importantly, establish a running game. I think it falls on those guys to be able to kind of dominate that line of scrimmage.
Right, with Collinsville having potentially a pretty strong offense, a good ground game will go a long way.
All right, let's talk about your wide receivers. Uriah Hooks and then Aiden Gaines. Kind of expect him to have a big night. The big guy in the lineup, he's new back to football, hadn't played for several years, Reed Barron, and then Maddox DeVilbus. This guy, this group of guys really had a great week against Veneta, and you kind of expected that going into the game, but I fully anticipate these guys having their opportunities tonight.
Yes, as long as they can get the ball to them, that's the thing.
Let's talk about our backfield. In the backfield for the Mustangs, Mr. Mustang himself, number 6. I actually got to interview him this week, talk about his commitment. We'll talk more about that in just a second. Sam Hogue, and I really expect him to almost kind of carry the weight of the offense just in establishing a healthy run game. If he can make a guy miss, and then Caden Fisher will start in the backfield at quarterback as snaps, but you will also see Brock Lustig too. Coach said, we've just schemed it that way. We've just planned on rotating the quarterbacks in and out. Let's move to the defensive side of the ball. New defensive coordinator really likes a 3 down front, and there they are, Tucker Rogers, Corbin Hayes, and Cade Schick, the defensive line. A lot of pressure on those guys tonight to stop the run for Collinsville because they would love to be able to just dominate the line of scrimmage, and these 3 guys really he's going to play aggressive with them. They've got some stuff on the backfield they can trust, so really looking forward to seeing these guys play.
Absolutely. If they can take up that offensive line and allow the linebackers to do their job, man, it could be a good night for them.
Let's talk about the linebackers. Reed Barron, big, tall guy, really has the opportunity just to kind of get in a quarterback's face when they send him on a blitz or when he brings pressure. Alex Laubach, a new guy to the Mustangs. Garen Dennis kind of showed up last season. He is a transfer from Bartlesville, saw significant time there, but family wanted him to be a Mustang, and we're really glad to have him wearing number 4 for us. And then Cade Evers, who had a great game last week at the outside linebacker. I think he even had an interception, if memory serves me well, and so that is the Mustang linebacker core.
You know, last week, I just to say this real quick, Cade had never scored a touchdown. And last week he caught that pass and ran about 70 yards. He was so excited.
All right, let's talk about the secondary. Right now, this is my guys. This is my favorite group, veteran guys. They've got significant snaps back there from Sam Hogue, Maddox DeVilbus typically on the far side, Aiden Gaines, who is a just great athlete and player, and then Uriah Hooks. I really think the defense can trust these guys. Yes, their receivers are going to make catches. Yes, they're going to get touchdowns. They're going to move the chains, but something is going to happen. Last week, they were able to really kind of create some disruption back there, and so I'm really excited tonight to see the secondary play.
Well, and they're going to get their chance with some balls too, because these guys throw the ball around all over the place.
Lane Brown, you've been around this week. Got any thoughts before we move on?
No, you made a good point on our secondary. They had 3 interceptions last week, I think, and our defense had a total of 5 turnovers, so it's got to be a big defensive game for us.
Great stats for the defense. I'm excited about this. New defensive coordinator, and he's aggressive, and I got to talk with him some this week. Going to take a quick break. When we come back, we will talk about what the Mustangs need to do tonight to find success. We'll be back with more of the Advanced Home Tailgate Show right after this.
RCB Bank is community. RCB Bank is friendly customer service. RCB Bank is trusted. RCB Bank is here to help. RCB Bank is yesterday, today, and tomorrow. RCB Bank is everywhere you need us to be. We are RCB Bank. Open an account online today to see why our customers always say, RCB Bank, that's my bank.
At Raising Cane's, we're huge football fans, but we're also fans of your local fundraisers and fun runs, small victories, and big ideas. And yes, even the neighborhood animal shelter. I was getting to that. Plus over 30,000 other partners in the communities we serve. When you order our hand-battered chicken fingers, craveable cane sauce, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade to cheer on your home team, you're also supporting your hometown. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love.
Welcome back to Mustang Field, home of the Oologah Mustangs, a long-time rivalry that we talked about a couple of segments ago between the Mustangs and the Collinsville Cardinals. Proud alum, played this game back in the 80s and the 90s. There were even times we were in the same district with them. Obviously, Collinsville as a school has grown, and so definitely the bigger school, the bigger school population, and even the bigger roster coming into the night. So the Mustangs got some work set out for them. Let's talk, guys, real quick about what the Mustangs need to do in our segment called the keys to the game. What do they need to do to find success? I want to start on the offensive side of the ball. And the first thing I would say is don't force it. Like, trust the system. You've worked on this all week long. Don't force bad throws, because that will bite you. And I know you have a quarterback, or actually two quarterbacks, trying to find their confidence, find their rhythm. So don't force it. If the lane's not there, don't make the pass. And live to play another down, maybe live to play another series.
Correct, yeah. Well, and I think the ground game is just going to be huge. If we can control the ball, that's going to me, that's going to be the big part of the game right there.
Let's talk about relying on your run game. That's kind of my second thought on this. You got a good, strong, shifty running back. He's already signed his commitment to go to the next level. And you'll also see Aiden Gaines sometimes in the backfield, but they're going to get very creative. Sometimes two quarterbacks in the backfield. Sometimes they'll have Aiden in the backfield. And so they're going to run the Wildcat. So don't let Collinsville make you one-dimensional and force you to throw it. You really want to be prolific and rely and get your run game working.
Yeah, get it in the playmakers. Get it to the playmakers, and that's Aiden and Sam. Get the ball to those guys.
Final thought I would say for our offense is just make progress. A 3-yard play in this context in this game is a good play. It just really is. I think the Xbox generation, I think kind of the way even college football goes or NFL goes, that, we have high-scoring games. We want scores with 50 points on the board, and it's hard to do that 2 and 3 yards at a time. But if you can do 2 and 3 yards at a time, you leave yourself in third down in very manageable situations. And so I would just say offense, stay on schedule, stay inside the chains. Had some dumb penalties last week. I know they've worked on that and cleaned that up, and so just make progress as an offense.
Exactly. Yep, that's right.
All right, let's talk about your defense. Here in just a moment, we will go and join the Stallion Battalion with the national anthem, but let's talk about the defense. You can trust your secondary. I talked about this as we were walking through the starting lineups just a moment ago. That is a veteran core of guys. You've got great athletes back there, which if you can trust them, it allows you to send a linebacker blitz. It allowed both Guerin and both Reed to really just kind of wreak havoc, and I think trusting the secondary is going to open up the playbook for the defense.
Yeah, I think we're still playing that 2-deep zone, so I think it's going to be one of those things that the linebackers are going to have to drop back just a touch on the passing game to kind of slow that down a little bit. But I really like our secondary.
Got some new guys on the roster, got some young guys on the roster, which kind of leads to my second point with eye discipline. Collinsville's probably going to be shifty. They're going to potentially use a lot of motions. And the reason why they do that is to catch a linebacker that hasn't played in several years, to kind of catch him looking and second-guessing himself. And so play with that eye discipline, and they're going to want to try to confuse the defense, man. I think Coach Riley has got a simple scheme. If they'll just execute it, they put themselves in position to stay competitive.
Right. Well, offenses usually run motion so that they can decipher what the defense is doing. But since we really don't, we play this basically the same set. The motion really shouldn't bother us too much.
All right, let's talk about the final thing is play with confidence. Man, here's the thing about playing bigger schools. Collinsville tonight, Claremore next week. you want to know where you're at competitive. These are long rival games. I mean, they just have. It's Rogers County rivalry and then the Collinsville Oologah thing. These are long-time rivalry games. But, man, when you're playing bigger schools, you run the risk of shaking the confidence, especially of some of your younger players, like potentially your quarterback and so on and so forth. I would just encourage these guys to play their game. They've worked really hard, so play with confidence tonight.
Yeah, it's a game, and sometimes it's played between years. And if you can keep yourself focused in and know what you need to do and just do your job, everything else will work out.
And I've been in the coach's office several times this week, and I know that they really think they can win this game. I know they think they really do have a chance. And so I believe they were excited. They really were. Collinsville's not what they've been the last couple of years. No disrespect to them as a program or where they're at, but they really feel like tonight that they have an opportunity to do that. Here in just a moment, we are going to join with the rest of Mustang Stadium and let you participate along with the national anthem in a moment of silence. We do our best to try to bring Friday night lights, and it is Friday night tonight. I said that over and over last week, but it was actually Thursday night. But it's Oklahoma. We play football on Friday nights, and so we do our best to try to bring the Friday night experience to you. And good stands on the other side. Collinsville travels well. It is only a 12-minute drive from stadium to stadium, but really glad that they're here. When we come back in just a second, we're going to talk about who you got in terms of who has to have a big night tonight. Got some thoughts on that. I know you guys have kind of been talking through that and thinking through that. So we're glad that you're with us here at Mustang Stadium. Want to appreciate all of our great sponsors. We're going to go to the stadium mic and let you join in with what's going on.
RCB Bank is
under the direction of John Matthews and Dave Smith. And now our national anthem, ladies and gentlemen, performed by the Stallion Battalion.
At Raising Cane's, we're huge football fans, but we're also fans of your local fundraisers and fun. At Raising Cane's, we're huge football. At Raising Cane's, we're huge football fans, but we're also fans of your local fundraisers and fun runs, small victories and big ideas. And yes, even the neighborhood animal shelter. I was getting to that. Plus over 30,000 other partners in the communities we serve. When you order our hand-battered chicken fingers, craveable cane sauce, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade to cheer on your home team, you're also supporting your hometown. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love.
Here with running back Sam Hogue. Sam, kind of a big week for you this week. Saw on social media that you've made a commitment for the next level. Tell us about where you're going.
Yes, sir. I committed to Colorado School of Mines. They're Division II up in Colorado, Golden, Colorado. Super excited about it. Super great program. Excited for the future.
Yeah, so what was it about them that said, hey, this is where I want to play football?
Well, obviously the staff. I really love the staff. It's awesome when they come and get you. They really want specifically me. I was their guy. He told me that throughout the whole process. Facilities were great area. So honestly, it was a great opportunity for me. Great academics. So.
Yeah, it's a really smart school.
Yes, sir.
I think it's basically engineers.
Yes, sir.
Stuff. So what will your degree path?
I'm taking business engineering. That's what I'm going to do.
Awesome. Congratulations. Proud of his Mustang.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
We'll be back more right after this. I'll be back.
Welcome back to Mustang Stadium. Brent Kellogg along with Todd Brock, Lane Brown, and the rest of the Mustang crew. Really glad that you're with us tonight. And I know we've already talked about it, but the weather is actually a little bit chilly, to say the least. The captains are out on the field actually getting ready to go. So one of the things we've added, you can kind of see, still trying to get kind of comfortable with some of that. We actually have a live camera that's on the sidelines tonight. And we're going to kind of get out in the middle of some of that action. You can kind of see the Mustang captains right there that are lined up. So guys have had a good week of practice. The weather's been good. No injuries. Same depth chart going into tonight, so I really do kind of anticipate a good night for the Mustangs. Let's talk about who you got tonight. Lane, we'll start with you. Who do you have tonight that the Mustangs need to have a good night of success?
I think the Mustangs have to have the entire offensive line move the line of scrimmage. They're going to be big up front, so we've got to be able to move the line of scrimmage, create gaps for Sam to run through, and most importantly, protect Caden. Because I assume we're going to pass some tonight, so our O-line's got to have a good night.
All right, Todd, what about you? Who you got?
I got the two outside backers. I think Barron and Evers, they're really going to be needing to be sharp because they're going to have to be the ones who set the edge, but they also, in this scheme, they kind of help with the flats a little bit. So I think that's going to be a big piece. If we can keep them inside as opposed to letting them get outside, I think that's where we're going to have our success.
Showed up yesterday morning while they were lifting weights, and actually, got to talk to Coach Noble, which you've heard, and then you just heard us talk to Sam Hogue, who is kind of really become a very prolific running back. So he's my who you got. I really think Sam's going to have a good night, and I think Sam is very capable of having a good night. He's very shifty back. He's very strong back. He takes great pride in working out. You just heard that he committed to a school up in college, an engineering school, very smart school, and I think he'll do well. He's going to have to make a guy miss. He's going to have to break some tackles, and if he can do that, if they have to respect him, that's going to open up the rest of the offense, take a little bit of pressure off of the quarterback. So he's got that 3 seconds to complete that pass, and that's my who you got. I really do think Sam has the potential to have a good night. So the Mustangs are back behind the paper. The captains have been out and decided who's going to get the ball, all that and so forth. So Collinsville comes out tonight in a very patriotic look. They're in an all-white road. And, man, all the players carry an American flag. So I certainly appreciate their patriotism tonight as they come into Mustang Stadium. The captains are headed over to join the rest of the Mustangs. In just a second, you'll see those guys as they come onto the field. Todd, any final thoughts before we go to kickoff?
I'm just really excited to see how we come out. If we can come out with some confidence and some spirit, I think we're going to be all right.
All right. Lane, any final thoughts before we play football?
No, sir. Let's play some football.
I love it. All right. Want to say thanks to our Mustang team that is here come the Mustangs as they're making their way out on the field. And you see the coaches making their way up into the press box. Grayson Atkins, our director this year. Camera guys, Jackson Sego and Maxon Peddleton, Charlie Mois. These guys kind of learning on the fly. Appreciate them volunteering their Friday nights to help bring you high school football from the Great Plains of western Rogers County. And the Collinsville Cardinals, they will come out on the field as well. Take a second, hit that share button, maybe text it to somebody. I love the fact that we get to bring Mustang football to grandparents, aunts and uncles, friends, alumni from all over. Love when we hear from you and tell us where you're watching from. So, gentlemen, we're about 2 minutes away from kickoff. And the Mustangs look sharp. And I love the color contrast. You've got a solid blue with that gold helmet, and then you've got a solid white on the other side. So there won't be there is literally clear color contrast. And I know officials appreciate that too.
Absolutely. Well, this is kind of like the color rush, on the Thursday night NFL. They always do that color rush game. That's cool.
You can see the Stallion Battalion as they're heading back from the Spirit Lines. And the Mustangs special teams getting ready to... I think they will take the ball to begin things. So they want to really set dominance, your first scripted series, you really want to have some success. Collinsville don't know what you're going to bring at them. You know, I know coaches a lot of times will really work on that first scripted possession to make sure you can play fast, catch a defense on their heels, and I think setting some momentum, especially getting early points. You don't want to be chasing points throughout the night. If you can get some early points early on, I think that would set the Mustangs in a position they really feel like, the boys feel like they've got a great chance to walk away with a W tonight.
Yeah, the first 5 to 10 plays really set the tone, so hopefully we can get it going early.
I want to say a special thanks to our sponsors like American Bus, providing transportation needs from 9 to 90. Advanced Orthopedics of Oklahoma, they're trusted for their experience, and then they're chosen for their care. Raising Cane's, a great partner, popular chicken finger brand with a focus on community involvement. Appreciate their support of Mustang Athletics.
Looks like we got three deep there, Brent.
Yeah, I'm actually fumbling my fingers here trying to find my roster. I apologize. Nothing like awkward silence when Kellogg's supposed to be talking. All right, Mustangs with 3 back, and we are playing football.
This is going to be brought back, too. Okay. He gets up a little gimpy, Brent.
It's not what you want. That's not the one you want hurting. He had a stinger last week that kind of got him. Hang on 1 second. I've lost my Collinsville roster. My apologies. I got it. So, all right, here comes the Mustang offense. Caden Fisher, Sam Hogue in the backfield for the Mustangs. Showing 4 receivers in the set. Fish is going to run it. Not a lot on that side. You're going to say no gain on the play.
He pulled that ball down really quick. I wondered if that wasn't maybe a delay, possibly.
Clock will continue to run. Nope, actually, they stopped the clock.
I think he went out of bounds.
All right, here comes the Mustangs moving from right to left. Handoff around the right side. Not much there. And again, we talked about that offensive line being able to create some dominance and being able to move things just hasn't happened. So it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 2.
We're going to need to watch number 66 and 51 in that middle there. They're 2 big boys.
All right, Mustangs break the huddle. Three receivers in this set. Fish going to roll this side. Pass completed. They're going to say incomplete. Hayden had a shot at it, but say it bounced for it, went into his hands. So here come the special teams. Mustangs will go 3 and out on their first possession. Really not how you wanted to start the night.
No, it's not. And Aiden was open there. He just shorted the throw just a touch.
Sam actually strained one of his legs. Didn't know how much kicking he would actually be doing tonight. And so he's actually not back in the punting situation here. That one just didn't have much, and it's actually going to take a Collinsville bounce, so really not the best punt to start the night for your special teams.
No, and they had one running off. Yeah, there's illegal participation. I bet they're going to decline that, though. I didn't see the flag, but I knew there was 12 men on the field.
Collinsville will take over really with good field position. Ball spotted down at the 34-yard line. A bit of a miscommunication. Your defense had an opportunity there, and a quarterback keeper just going to keep it for Collinsville.
Yeah,
Carter
Sorry, Brent.
Nope. Carter Vaughn, the quarterback, gain of 8.
Now, that was a busted play. I don't know if they hiked the ball too soon because number 3 just didn't even move. Number 18's hurt. Oh, no, what they called was his pads are too high.
Ah.
That's what they're
Gotcha.
on. Yep. They always tell them before the game goes that you cannot see your kneecaps, and those guys, they keep watching the pros and the college players, showing their thighs. They think they can do it too, and it's not legal for us.
Get things situated. Play clock down to 10. Ball carrier going to pick up 4.
We had good penetration. We need to, when we hit him in the backfield, we need to get him down. So here we go. That was a first down. 1st and 10 at about the 22-yard line.
Collinsville checking to the sideline to make sure they have the right play called. 17 seconds on the play clock. 3 receivers in the set. Carter Vaughn, the quarterback, sophomore for the Cardinals. Handoff up the right side. Had a chance to bring him down. It's going to take a couple of Mustangs to get him down at the 2. It's a little too deep into your defense. You really want to get that first line of contact. Number 12 for the Mustangs, DeVilbiss will bring him down.
Yeah, you can't bring this kid down with one guy, especially if you're not going to wrap up. He's got like 2,600 yards and 41 touchdowns in his career, so he knows how to run the ball.
Collinsville has some good size on their offensive line too, so you're going to have to play smart to keep the edge against those guys. And really, when you have an opportunity on a guy, make the tackle. You can't just kind of bounce and hope to knock him down. Right, man in motion. Quarterback's going to keep that. I think he's going to walk into the end zone untouched. That was actually number 2, Austin Boren. Senior was the quarterback on that one.
We were talking about shifting, and on that play right there, Barron on that outside backer, he shifted over the tackle, and they ran outside the tight end. So that shift helped him get him out of position.
All right, Cardinals set to add the PAT. Ball down, kick on the way, and it is good. They will add +1. So the Mustang offense really needs to come out and respond here. You went 3 and out, weren't able to do much, incomplete pass, couple of run plays the defense kind of expected you were going to do, and they sniffed you out. And so your offense really going to have to find an opportunity to answer here. You don't want to get too deep into this hole and come out and be prolific.
Yeah, we need a really good return. And a good return would be somewhere in between the 30 and the 40-yard line. Give us some good plus yardage.
Unfortunately, you gave Collinsville the ball really in great field position. They started at their own 34-yard line, so it wasn't a lot of work. They didn't have to drive the field. You do want to make Collinsville utilize the entire pasture that we're playing football in, and so you want those opportunities to flip the field. So even some of the special teams there, it'll happen. It'll come. They just got to concentrate. Don't let Collinsville get in your head. And here you need one of your guys in the back. You've got your playmakers back there, and you need Aiden or Sam, one of those guys, to break something loose. All right, Cardinals are set, ready to kick this one away. 9:22 left to play. It's going to go Aiden's side, and he's actually going to try to do something with it. He'll take it at the 11. He's got a little bit of a seam. Good return down to the 30-yard line, so better field position for the Mustangs.
Yeah, 31-yard line. There you go. So, Lane, we're going to have to get the ball going, aren't we?
Yeah. Yep. I think it just goes back to who you got. Offensive line has to move the line of scrimmage, and we didn't do that last drive. So this drive we've got to move the line of scrimmage so we can get the ball going.
Yep. On the nose, especially at number 51 for Collinsville. He's really gotten in there good the last couple times. All right. Sam up the middle for about 3 yards.
Yeah, about 2 or 3 yards.
I guess about 2, it looks like.
So it doesn't look like it from up here, but Collinsville is probably pretty big down on that defensive line, I would say.
Yes, we don't have heights and weights,
No.
but I bet you those 3 up in the front are at least 230, 240.
And those outside backers are also charging off the outside.
Yeah, it looks like they're running a 3-3. A called play. It's Fisher around the outside for a gain about, 3 yards?
Yeah, about.
So we got 3rd down and about 5. So maybe a quick pass with them running the 3-3. You know, the flats might be open. Get Aiden out there in a quick pass. We really don't set up in a way where we can do wide receiver screens. And so we'll see what they end up doing with this. I know Coach has got a play ready for him. There he goes.
There we go. There we go.
Nice run, no flags. About a 17-yard, 18-yard run by Sam for a 1st down. Ball placed on the 47-yard line of Collinsville. That's a good run. It's a good run. Still got the wide set. Oh, there we go. Free 5 yards. Always love freebies. And that was the nose tackle. He should never move. He's the one on the ball. First and 5. Sam up the middle for about 2 yards, 3 yards. So they bring up 2nd down and about 3. You know, if the offensive line can just hold their own, if they can just keep that instead of letting them get inside them, you know, just keep it on the line of scrimmage, and Sam and those guys can get something going. It's the penetration that causes the problems.
Because that's 2 plays in a row where the offensive line has moved the line of scrimmage.
Yes, yes. He's open. He's open.
Boy, Fish did a good job of clearing that out. He had a guy in his face, got it up over. I mean, you know, throwing some guys down there, but that was a really good job of getting that out of there.
Yeah, I thought he was going to hit him on a hitch because it looked like he was open there for a minute, but he went long. But you know what? That'll open them up. You know, they've been running in and in. Throwing a long ball is sometimes just a way to loosen up the defense.
They're down 3 coming up for this Mustang offense. That's what we talked about, staying in between the chains, make progress. You're very 3rd and manageable here. Sam Hogue around the right side. I think he's going to get there. Nope, they shoestring tackle him. He's still fighting, still pushing. I don't think that official's going to get there, so he's going to be about a yard short. I would imagine Sam Noble's going to go for this. I really do. I think you're 4th and manageable. You're going to be about 4th and 1, and I think he's got an opportunity here. Let's get the 1st down and put some momentum. Yeah, they're staying out there.
Yep.
Give your guys a chance here.
Yeah, 4th down and 1. I'd like to see him do a quick hitter here, so that not allowing those big guys up front to get any kind of penetration.
Here we go. 4th down 1. I'm going to hand it off to Sam Noble. Try to get him off sides.
About did. I don't know if he's changing up his cadence or what.
11 seconds on the play clock, so the Mustangs have an opportunity here to make some adjustments. Sam up the middle, going to get it. Gain about 6. First down and 10 for the Mustangs. Love it.
Good, tough running. He's really low to the ground, isn't he? I mean, the way he runs the ball, they talk about having your feet under your pads, and that's the way he does. He just runs so hard. You know, Lane, on that play, they were able to take care of that 72, that nose tackle.
Yep. Move the line of scrimmage.
It's all about leverage. They can stay underneath them. Oh, whew, that was close. We got fortunate there. You know, but he was open. He was open. He had him. And that's Isaiah Contreras, one of our seniors.
But, man, I'll tell you, that's 2 passes that Fish has had somebody in his face while trying to throw the football.
Yeah, he's not going to he's not going to get a lot of time, doesn't look like, but that was a good throw. I mean he had him open just a little bit high and just sailed on him a bit, and that could be part of the wind, you know. Wind's still whipping out there. All right. Gain of about 3 yards.
So that'll make it
3rd and 7, right? 3rd and 7. Yep. So this is a big play right here. We're probably got 2 downs to get the 7 yards. They're working to see if there's a blitz coming. Number 21 kind of showed his hand there to see if he's going to be coming off the edge again. Nope, switch sides. Our receiver fell down. Interception by number 1. That's Ben Daniels. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the Collinsville 1-yard line.
All right, 5:22 left to play. Sorry, had a technical difficulty. Now, why they don't let me plan on smart things or sharp things. But yet sometimes I got to go be the guy. You know what? If I'm that defender, I'm probably not going to catch. I mean, I get the interception, but he put himself inside the 1-yard line. And your Mustang defense has an opportunity here to kind of make a statement.
Yeah, I would like to see him put some pressure right there in the middle. Because you know they're going to do quick hitters inside the 1 like that.
Handoff going to go up the right side. Gain of about 8 on the play. You had him back deep, but you also didn't want to give anything back, so they kind of played a couple of guys back. I get it. 2nd down, 2 coming up for this Mustang defense.
This is one where you might watch for a pass. You know, with 2nd and 2, that's a good passing down. There we go. Anyway.
Just going to hand it off.
Why not? When you got
he kind of bumped into that line of scrimmage, was able to bump outside, go around left, and pick up the 1st down.
He's a young man. We're not going to get down with one play.
Yeah, no. Somebody's going to have to slow him down. Somebody's going to have to bring him down. All right, 1st down and 10 coming up for this Mustang defense. Man in motion. Quarterback going to roll
that's a hold.
out.
They didn't call it. Number 66.
Did he catch that? They're going to say he did. Pass complete.
I can't believe they didn't call a hold there. The white hat looked like he started to grab his flag. Well, coaches aren't hollering. So that's 2nd down then. 2nd down and 4. That was a good catch if he caught it.
Yeah.
We don't have the camera angle. I trust Carson Maple, though. He's a good dude down there, the head linesman of this crew. There you go. gang tackle in the middle. Don't give him a chance to
Third down.
Jitterbug out. Yep, this is a big play right here. 3rd down and about 1. We can bow up here. Bringing in number 54, Aiden. Oh, sorry, wrong one. Lane Oliver in as the nose, giving a little beef in there.
He's also our center.
Yeah, he's our center, so watch to make sure you don't jump off sides. Give him a freebie. Watch the draw. Yep, there it
3rd
is.
down and 1. He was met with contact. I think they're going to give it to him.
Yeah.
Gain of a couple. 1st down and 10 for the Cardinals.
That was a good play, Guerin, in there. He made the right play. He just hit him a little high, and the running back had a little bit more leverage.
All right, 1st down and 10 coming up for the Cardinals as they move left to right. Three receivers in the set. Now a man in motion. Quarterback back, looking to pass across the middle. Aiden Gaines will hit him, and I think Aiden,
Yeah.
it looked like it hurt from up here the way he popped him, kind of a stinger there.
Yeah.
He's going to get up. He wants to play. He wants to be on the field, so he doesn't want the clock stopping on his behalf.
You see that's where the play is in the zones. It's on the lines. I'm right behind the linebackers in front of the safeties. It was a really good play, really good throw.
Collinsville started with a different quarterback tonight. They started with Carter Vaughn. Now they have gone to Austin Boren, who is the senior. Offset. Got a false start on the Cardinals, so that'll help us and back them up 5 yards, bring up 1st down and 15. Good crowd of Mustang faithful in the stands tonight, thanks to Mid-America Feed, the highest quality livestock feed and service right here in Talala, America. If you're looking to build a home, give Advanced Homes a call. Brian Vance, let him help you build your dreams. And advancedhbi.com, you can see some of the great houses that they have built in recent months, and even some of the properties they may be have listed on the market.
Brand looks like Carter Vaughn is back in playing quarterback.
So now they've got them both in.
I think number 2. I think he's been playing out here at the edge position. Looks
Yeah,
like.
but I think he was the quarterback on that quarterback sneak, so maybe played him inside of a wildcat, and you see why now. He's just got some speed around the left side.
They did a little two-a-days deal on Fox a few weeks ago, and number 2 said that the team said that he was probably their strongest player.
And they're fastest, or was that?
Yeah.
Or did they? Yeah, I think he was strongest and fastest. So.
Rigsby said he might have been the fastest.
Yeah,
but,
he did.
Yeah.
Wide open.
Way too deep.
Host of Mustangs will bring him down.
And see, that play right there shows we needed Evers to come out to be a little bit wider on that out in that flat. He was maybe a little bit too close.
Minute 49 left to play until the end of the first quarter. Both teams have all of their timeouts. It is a 1st down and 10 for the Cardinals. And they don't have any receivers offset. Everybody's just kind of bunched in at the line. Quarterback under a little bit of pressure.
Good play out there. Good job by our defensive line. They only rushed 3. Put good pressure.
Uriah Hooks there trying to make a play on the ball just a little bit outside of his grasp. So 2nd down coming up for the Mustang defense.
Okay, they made a little bit of a switch. They've got Barron now playing in what might be the tackle position, I guess, on defense. He was playing outside linebacker.
Yeah, so when they bring up a 4th guy, he won't go down, but he will put pressure on that line. He's so tall. It's hard for – I mean, see, right there, he was able to get through.
Yep.
Just couldn't get a hand on the guy, so run around the right side.
Yeah, and that's what I'm talking about
Yeah.
on the defense when we talked about who you got. They've got to make sure they push to the inside, that they keep that leverage outside, and we lost that leverage there.
He really did a good job with penetration. Just wasn't able to complete the play. All right. Collinsville with 2 receivers to the far side, number 2 to the near side. 2 backs in the backfield with the quarterback. Just going to hand it to number 2. He does what he does up the middle.
I think it's enough for a first down.
New set of downs for Cardinals. 45 seconds left to play until the second quarter. Mustangs only trail by a touchdown, but the Collinsville Cardinals are knocking again. 17 seconds on the play clock, so the Cards have time to kind of do what they want to. I would imagine they'll run this play in another, maybe let the clock burn out. Although they have the wind with them here. I don't know if it's of that much of advantage because they're just typically handing the ball off. The flag coming down in the backfield.
There's going to be a holding penalty on number 70.
It's the beauty of having a official up here. He's got the eyes for it. he can see what's going on.
And they are going to take that penalty, looks like Sam said, or Coach said.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's a spot foul. So it would back him up significantly behind the line of scrimmage. Going to put him down in a 1st and 18, maybe 1st and 20 situation.
Yeah, it'll be 1st and 20. It's not, because it's behind the line of scrimmage, they changed that rule a few years ago. It's not a spot foul. It goes back to the line of scrimmage, or what we would call the previous spot.
All right, Collinsville, like everybody, just kind of lined up out there, just kind of checking the sidelines. They're going to let this one expire, so that's going to take us to the second quarter. We're going to take a quick timeout. We'll be back. Nope, we're going to stay right here for just a minute as the Mustangs come over. All right, Todd, your thoughts on the first quarter?
Well, you know, we've done a good job of, I mean, this has been a long drive here, but they've really had to work hard at it. We've not given up any big plays, which is really, really good for us. I really, Lane, I think for the defense, they need to really work on making sure that they keep contained, right? Not letting them get outside.
Well, and one of the big keys was we have to trust our secondary, and we have to continue to trust them. I think that they're going to have a good second and third and fourth quarter.
Neely Insurance, serving your financial needs since 1951. Burns Propane, providing propane to the greater Oologah area for over 20 years as the teams will swap sides. And when Collinsville comes up, they've got a 1st down and 20 situation because of a holding penalty, which kind of gives your defense a little bit of help here. You want them behind the chains, although they're down what you would consider in the red zone or certainly within striking distance.
Yes. Yeah, we can just work on contain. I mean, that's the big deal. That they can contain them, keep them in the middle there. Well, that would be in good shape.
I have really been impressed with that number 2. They've used him in a wildcat, hand the ball to him. He's definitely a multi-purpose athlete. Man, he's a senior. They've got him listed as a quarterback, a halfback, a linebacker, like all the backs.
Yeah, yeah. Now, that H-back is kind of like what we used to call tight ends.
Right. Yep. All right, here we go. 1st down and 20. So we get ready to start the second quarter. Mustang defense would like a little bit of Mustang magic here. If you could keep them out of the end zone, maybe get a turnover and go the other way. Man in motion for the Cards. Quarterback, him out. He's going to pick up 6 or 7 of those yards. Actually, they'll bring him down with a gain of 9, so it'll bring up 2nd down and 11.
Now, that's their leading receiver. Last year he had 1,100 yards and 11 touchdowns. So he's
shifty, very shifty. Yeah, he gets what they call that yak, that yards after contact. And you saw that come alive there because Mustang's got a jersey on him. But then he was able to kind of make some other plays.
It's still they're giving him way too much room out there in that flat, and I'm not sure whose responsibility that is in this 3-4. I would tend to think that it's probably the corners, but those outside backers probably need to float out a little bit too.
2nd down 11 coming up for the Mustangs. For the Cardinals. Man in motion. This is where I talk about that secondary.
Got another holding penalty.
That's going to come back because that was literally thrown right in at the line of scrimmage.
Yep.
So that's definitely going to come back. Is the attempt for an official, do they try to throw that at the spot where the infraction typically can be?
Correct.
Okay.
You do try to spot, and they did that because it used to be that it was a spot foul. So on that play right there, he would be marking it from where the flag is, but they changed the rule so that it wasn't extremely detrimental to the offense. So now it goes back to the previous spot. 10 yards from the previous spot, so it'll be second down
22-ish. Yep, yeah. I believe so. 11:02 left to play until half. Coming up at halftime, Stallion Battalion Marching Band will been working on their show. We'll get to show you some of that. Plenty of time on the play clock, 32 seconds and counting. Collinsville really just kind of takes their time. It's surprising to me how many guys turn around, and typically that's a quarterback, maybe some of your receivers on the far side, but the whole offense, except a couple of linemen, they get in their stance, and everybody's turning to look to see what coach wants to do.
Watch for this flare.
Kind of a screen play.
Good
Mustang
tackle.
defense
Good
really
tackle.
did a good job of just not letting anything get behind them, trying to see who that was that made the tackle for the Mustangs. I believe that was number 4,
Yep.
and Garen Dennis. And just really good eye discipline, didn't let his guy get too far away from him.
You know, and he's actually playing on this. Oh, okay, he was on the left side. I thought maybe he was on the right side there. They ran that motion to try to get their eyes going to the right, and they threw it back to the left.
Kind of looking for a screen type opportunity, just kind of let the defensive line through, but I think that benefited
Bring in the
Mustangs. Here's
house.
some guys. Flag down. Be curious to see.
Great catch. Going to be another holding penalty, I think. Oh, roughing the passer.
Oh, man.
They'll decline that.
Believe that was Garen that just brought the house and got to him. Actually, that you know what? That might have been Fisher that got in there.
I think they called that an incompletion. Did they? The line judges are down there, so they're.
Lane Oliver will come in on the D-line for the Mustangs. So it's enough for a first down. That's okay. Even officials get confused because
yeah, not knowing exactly what's going
I'm
on.
so glad you're here to help me figure out what all that is. Sometimes I think they're just patting their heads. So.
Sometimes that's what we do, make it look like we know what we're doing. So they tacked that on, that personal foul on.
First and goal coming up. 10-13 left to play. Halftime.
In the stadium, please go to the bleachers and be seated.
Mustangs are on the road next week to Claremore. Hand off to number 3 up the middle, Scott Rigby. He will put his touchdown in the books.
It's number 42 for him on his career.
And we talked about chasing points, and it's kind of Mustangs here. 2 possessions have kind of found themselves in a hole. Going to have to find a spark some way to make a little magic happen.
Yeah, we did. We had a little bit of spark going on that drive, and then of course through the interception.
Check Eddington. Oh, bad snap. They're going to try to make something happen here. Incomplete. So just like that, they will keep points off the board. $9:53 left to play. Cardinals on top by 13-0. Want to thank Will Rogers Animal Hospital, located right here in your hometown of Highway 169 in Oologah. Edwin Evers Pecans. You can taste the difference. And Ballard Homes, let them help you find your next dream home. Appreciate their support of Mustang Athletics. You can see our hard-working crew of cheerleaders on the field as they do competition this time of year as well. It's kind of a chilly night out there, so I'm this kind of weather, it was warm earlier, then it's chilly. It's the first part of September. It's Oklahoma. What are you going to do?
Yeah, we were talking before the game, and we were watching people walk in shorts, and we're like, uh-oh, they're going to be hurting when the sun goes down.
Lane, what are your thoughts?
Well, I think on the offensive side, we're starting to move the line of scrimmage, and that's kind of what I talked about in our Who You Got segment was our offensive line is moving the line of scrimmage recently, at least in the last drive, I thought, Todd. But we got to keep trusting our secondary. I know they just put points on the board, but we got to put our head down here and go score a touchdown.
I feel like I feel like they've kind of eaten away at us with their run game. That number 2, Austin Boren, man, when he gets the ball in his hands, he just kind of makes some things happen. Come on, guys. You're going to get Sam will take that. Don't think there's much he can do. He touched it about the 24, knocked backwards, but I think they're going to give it out to about the 26-yard line, and then there's laundry on the field, and that's usually expensive.
We're going to have a personal foul one way or the other.
Somebody getting the.
And it looks like you're talking to number 44, so for Collinsville.
Let's see. All right, dead ball, personal foul.
Yeah.
That's expensive laundry for them, so that actually helps the Mustangs start here with some pretty good field position. He'll tack 15 on from there.
It's going to be first down from the 36, looks like. If my math is correct. And with that being a personal foul, you only get 2 of those. So if he gets another one, that's why they write down the numbers. He's disqualified, and then he would be out for the following week for the first half.
Kind of like a red card in soccer.
Kind of, yeah.
Not that I'm a big soccer guy, but all right. So the Mustangs actually going to have pretty good field position here, 41-yard line. They will move from left to right with 9:49 left to play here. Would like to get yourself in scoring position. But again, some of the things we talked about, keys to the game, there's not a 13-point play in football. So trust your process and just try to make progress. 2-yard gain is a good gain right here in this point in the ball game. Just moving the football, stay inside the chains. And off up the middle, and there you go. He picked up 3. Tucker Rogers for the carry. Second down on schedule.
Giving Sam a little blow.
Second down and 7 coming up. Collinsville shows pressure, so the guys will check with Coach Noble, make sure that's still the play they want to call. You can see Big Green Baron standing out there. Big, tall guy, big target, too, for a quarterback, kind of coming out of a tight end's position.
Well, they brought their safety up, too. We could have had a quick
Tucker around the left side. Going to pick up a couple of more yards. You're still in 3rd down and manageable. I think you're going to come up about 3rd down and 4 maybe.
You know what? Later in the season, this be my bet. Later in the season, when they do something like that, and you've got a one-on-one out here on the edge, and the safety, the one that's supposed to be back, is way over on the other side of the field. A quick in, would really play well, and I think they could. Maybe they'll get to that point.
These are fun games for the Mustangs to play, and again, long-time rivalry between Collinsville. But they do nothing for your district standing. They do nothing for what your postseason play looks like. And so it's kind of a catch-22. Absolutely, you want to compete, you want to win ball games, but you also don't want to show your hand. Sam Hogue around the left side. He's down to the 30, makes a man miss. He'll be knocked down to the 24-yard line. Big game for the Mustangs and a first down and 10.
Good play. Really, really good play. Really strong running.
I don't want to throw this out there. He was my who you got. I'm just saying. He's my who you got. And he's going to have those just to kind of keep this defense honest, if you will.
What's that little commercial says? It's not a competition, but I win.
Yeah. And off again around the left side. Sam cut back in, gain of 12, first down and 10 coming up for the Mustangs. Actually going to be a first and goal. Nope, not goal yet. Nope, it's at the, where's he down? At the 11-yard line?
Maybe the 12. Maybe the 12. Do a little Chris Jackson or Mark Jackson. There goes that man. Mama, there goes that man.
All right, first and 10. Pass out to the left side. Aiden Gaines doing what he does, dancing around. Probably came a little too much into traffic. Wasn't a lot for him to do. I think they're going to give him forward progression.
Yep, looks like it. Maybe a yard. Yep.
Would really like to put him in a position to be able to make plays. You see his athleticism can make a guy miss once they've made that initial contact. So second down and 9 coming up.
Well, I'm catching that ball on the short side. Don't have as much room over there.
All right, Fish, the quarterback. 6:53 left to play at half. 3 receivers in the set. Barron in as a tight end. Caden going to pitch it out to Sam. They kind of knew that was coming. He's going to carry forward, maybe a gain of 3, so going to put you in third down situation. Actually, I think they don't. Maybe gave him a yard. All right, so we're still third down and long.
So we've got a timeout.
And Coach is going to take a timeout. We're going to take a timeout, too. We'll be right back with the last 6:22 of this half. This is Mustang football.
RCB Bank is RCB Bank is community. RCB Bank is friendly customer service. RCB Bank is trusted. RCB Bank is here to help. RCB Bank is yesterday, today, and tomorrow. RCB Bank is everywhere you need us to be. We are RCB Bank. Open an account online today to see why our customers always say, RCB Bank, that's my bank.
At Raising Cane's, we're huge football fans, but we're also fans of your local fundraisers and fun runs, small victories and big ideas. And yes, even the neighborhood animal shelter. I was getting to that. Plus over 30,000 other partners in the communities we serve. When you order our hand-battered chicken fingers, craveable cane sauce, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade to cheer on your home team, you're also supporting your hometown. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love.
Welcome back to Mustang Field. Brent Kellogg along with the rest of the Mustang crew. It is 3rd down and 7. Handoff up the middle. Going to grind forward. I think he's going to get about 4, Todd.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's going to be 4th down and about 5 yards, looks like.
Clock continues to run.
So with that play, that's an obvious to me that the coach was thinking going to go for it.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely.
Even though we do have the wind, but you were saying that Sam's.
Yeah, he did. When I talked to him, when I did his interview with him this week, he said, "Man, it just kind of is a game time decision. Didn't know it had one of his legs been a little bit tender in the course of the week. So I think here in this opportunity, they're just going to spread the defense." With 3 receivers and a big tight end in there. Oh, Aiden's going to dream about that one because, man, in his hands a little bit high. He had to jump just a little bit to kind of make the play. And, man, a missed opportunity. You kind of circle on your stat sheet.
Yeah, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. So now our defense going to have to just bow up. We only got 5.5 minutes left. We keep them out of the end zone because they get the ball. They get the ball to start the second half, so we don't want to give up any points.
All Smiles Dental, quality, affordable dental care right here at home. Appreciate their support of all things Mustang Athletics. Got a lot of stuff going on. FFA is got the Rogers County Fair next weekend. Was just talking with one of our ag teachers, Seth Jackson, and you just don't sleep for about 4 days, right? We got a bunch of kids that will be competing in a variety of things, not just livestock, but a variety of things. We'll kind of get you caught up on some of that stuff. All right, Collinsville Cardinals. They are back at the 7-yard line. It is 1st down and 10 with 5:32 left till half, and they're going to do what they've done most of the night and just hand the ball off. Number 3, the ball carrier for Collinsville, and that's Scott Rigby. Kind of came around the left side, got into that defensive guys. A couple of Mustangs brought him down.
And he's their bell cow. He's rushed the ball 324 times in his career.
Woo! The senior definitely showing a lot of leadership for the Cardinals. 18 seconds, got plenty of time. Collinsville not in a hurry at any point in the ball game tonight. Quarterback going to roll around to his right side. Pass intended on the right side for number 1, Ben Daniels. Incomplete. Brings up 3rd down. And actually, it's been a minute since we've kind of had them in this type situation.
Yeah, this is a big play right here. 4th down and 3. 3rd down and 4.
Been a busy day on campus. We also have our softball tournament that's gone on. Mustangs did sneak out a win today, I believe, playing Claremore. And we'll talk a little bit of Mustang softball. They have had a fantastic season. You got to see them play a couple of times, and really excited about these girls have a shot at winning it. They're undefeated in district, have a shot at winning district and even doing well in postseason play. Handoff right up the middle. Man, there was a huge gap there. Number 3, the ball carrier, Scott Rigby, and he is gone to the 35, 25, 10. And Cardinals will put a touchdown. Any laundry on the field that we could pray for?
No, unfortunately.
Could we add some? One of the camera guys throw some down there? Be curious to see if they're going to even up that or just kind of go for a 2-point conversion. It looks like they're going to kick it. Number 28 is their kicker, Jack Eddington.
Well, them scoring so quick, that gives us some time
Yeah.
now to see if we can score on this.
Ball down. Another kind of mismanaged snap, but I think it's going to get through, and he will put the PAT on the board. And so the Mustangs trail by 20 with 4:40 left to play. Armstrong Bank, you can bank with confidence. More than 100 years in Oklahoma. Tractor Supply providing comprehensive facility management solutions. Huge sponsor of Mustang Athletics. Couldn't do what we do without our great sponsors. Cardinal Marching Band kind of warming up on the far side. The Stallion Battalion warming up behind their end zone. So have the opportunity to kind of see both of those bands. At halftime, we actually only will broadcast the Stallion Battalion because we got an interesting conversation coming up. Many of you saw on Facebook and social media this week that we've released last week some information about a school bond that we're really, really excited about, and going to be a great facility investment for Oologah-Talala Public Schools. So Assistant Superintendent Kendra Atkins going to come in and answer some questions and chat with us about that. Scott Doss, who is our principal now at the lower elementary, they had grandparents today, and man, just a fun vibe over there. I faux-pawed. I messed up. I should have grabbed an image of Max the Mustang. He is a new character that we have implemented down at our lower elementary just to make it fun, age appropriate for our littles. Oh no. Yep. Looks like Collinsville returned that, and they'll actually have some time. I think everybody was kind of surprised that that's where the ball went. Just kind of a pooch kick, if you will. And I get it. He's kicking into the wind, but just almost looked up and, hey, here's the ball coming at me.
Well, the first two kickoffs, they kicked to 8 deep.
Right.
And the last two they've done.
And that didn't work out so well for them.
No, they've kicked it to those up guys that are not used to catching the ball.
Right.
All right, we got to hold them here.
All right, Mustang defense with a blink of an eye back on the field.
Another holding penalty.
I bet this is going to come back. They can celebrate all they want, but I think that laundry on the field is going to come back. Quarterback even knows it. He's like, I'm not going down there.
Yeah, number 51, holding penalty.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Whew. That's the challenge at halftime when you go in with this coaching staff is, you know what, guys, there's still progress to be made here. I know you're in a hole, but don't quit. That's not what Mustangs do. Don't quit. Go out, compete. Every play, every snap, you do what your position requires you to do, and don't quit. All right, holding penalty is going to back the Cardinals up to a 1st and 20 situation. 4:25 left to play at half. Cardinals have all 3 of their timeouts. It'll be interesting to see how they approach this last 4 minutes of the half. Good crowd of Mustang fans in the stands tonight. Quarterback kind of rolling out. There's your secondary getting their job done.
Good job.
And, man, that's a loss, I think, of about 5, maybe 4. Yeah, a loss of 4. So that's that trusting those veteran guys in the secondary. And quarterback didn't have anywhere to go with that. And linebacker came off and got him.
Nope, yeah, and that's what we talked about in the first quarter where we weren't covering those really short routes into the flats, and we had that covered this time.
Collinsville in no hurry. Clock continues to run with 3:49 left to play. Handoff around the right side. Really have just tried to make a living in that, and he's a good back. Going to scoot forward, gain of about 7, so eat into some of that yardage.
Aiden came in and he had position, but he put his head down.
Yep.
And you just can't do that with a player of that caliber trying to put him down.
All right, big 3rd down and 16 coming up for the Mustang defense. Man, if you could force them to punt, if you could, number one, it's going to kind of, put some momentum on your defensive side. You finally got that stop because you really haven't been able to slow them much, kind of force them to punt. Obviously, they shot themselves in the foot with a big holding penalty and brought a touchdown back. With 3rd down, 16. Big 3rd down for this Mustang defense. They're showing both linebackers kind of right there stunted on the line. And there is going to be a timeout, Collinsville. We're going to take a timeout as well. We'll be back with the next 2:49 to play right after this.
At Raising Cane's, we're huge football fans, but we're also fans of your local fundraisers and fun runs, small victories and big ideas. And yes, even the neighborhood animal shelter. I was getting to that. Plus over 30,000 other partners in the communities we serve. When you order our hand-battered chicken fingers, craveable cane sauce, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade to cheer on your home team, you're also supporting your hometown. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love.
I will tell you the care I've received here at Advanced Orthopedics is wonderful, phenomenal. My knee had just deteriorated where it was bone on bone. Same thing for my hips. Going about my day-to-day activities, whether it was at work or with family, that was constantly on my mind. It affected my ability to sleep, ability to walk. I'm very happy with the staff here at Advanced Orthopedics. I'm so happy with the results that I've received.
Ray Kellogg along with the rest of the Mustang crew. Todd Brock, Lane Brown, Grayson Atkins, and I got an incredible crew of new camera guys. Man, I appreciate them kind of working through some technical stuff tonight. And the wind has been a little bit of a challenge tonight as well. Again, that secondary getting their job done. Todd, your thoughts on that play?
It's going to bring up 4th down and 4. I don't know if he'd stayed in bounds, but again, Carson Maple down there, he's a good official, good young official.
Good. I know Carson. He's
Yeah.
good friends with my son, and Carson's actually played piano for me a couple of times in my band. So
Yeah.
great kid. He texted me early in the week, let me know he was going to be an Oologah, and he's got a great career ahead of him.
For sure.
As officiating, but he's kind of a renaissance guy. He does a lot of. That's a fun crew too. We got to talk with him a little bit beforehand. Of course, you as official know some of these guys as well. So.
Yeah, Carson and I were on the same crew last year, so know him well. Oh, that's a false start. Let's get away from the ball. Get away from the ball.
We'll go down to the 20 with 1:51 left to play.
You know, we talk about teams, you know, and having that camaraderie and that confidence and that trust between one another. That's the same thing with the crew. You know, these guys, we don't like them most of the time, you know, in the stripes, and we make fun of them and all that, but they really do put in a lot of effort and a lot of time trying to be ready so that they can trust them, you know, trust each other, you know, because they all have different spaces that they've got to watch.
I'm always been fascinated by that. There was a time I wanted to do that, but I don't want to run that much.
Yeah, you definitely have to run.
I'll just put the headset on.
Yeah, you definitely have to run.
And in the hot sun, I'll sit in the air conditioning. All right, Mustangs in the I formation. 3 receivers and a big tight end in the set. Pass intended on the right side for Isaiah Contreras.
Looked like Isaiah was going for more of a post instead of a fly. So I don't know if that was just a miscalculation in terms of where the ball went, or if the receiver went the wrong direction.
And Coach DeVille, who's the quarterback coach, will tell you they're really, because you didn't have this quarterback through the spring. You didn't have this quarterback in the summer when you're going to 7-on-7 camps.
Yeah.
And so they're really trying to, before they get to district play, establish that pacing, those rhythms. The Mustangs have found some life in the running game tonight, not necessarily there on that play.
You know, and those off-season workouts and the 7-on-7s, those are huge, especially, obviously, for quarterbacks that don't have any experience.
Right. Yep. Yeah. And so that spring kind of mini season, not that you play any games, but man, they just get reps and just get, especially for a sophomore to get prepared for that junior season, or a junior, really, he just can mature over those spring and summer, and that all we just didn't get that situation. Very unfortunate situation. Grady Vogel was quarterback in that and just had an injury that really kind of took him out of circulation for the season. pass
we
complete
got that.
on this side. I think he's going to be a yard short of the first down, so it's going to bring up a 4th down and 1. But more than anything, Todd, you completed the pass, and it's been a minute. It's been a minute for the offense to do that.
Yep, and the clock is still running, so it's about 12 minutes or 12 seconds difference.
So they could go for this, try to get that first down.
It wouldn't surprise me if Coach ran the clock all the way down and called a timeout.
Yeah.
I think that's what he's looking to do.
Yep, they're more watching the play clock than they are watching the field. We'll take a quick timeout if they do that as well, and when we come back, we'll have the last play of the first half. Hadn't gone really the way the Mustangs had scripted. The Mustangs wanted. There is a timeout on the field. We'll take a timeout as well. We'll be right back. The last 14 seconds of the first half right after this.
Life doesn't wait for you to slow down. When you're moving fast and something doesn't feel right, Advanced Orthopedics of Oklahoma is here to help you stay in motion. Through our combined expertise in orthopedic surgery, non-surgical medicine, and comprehensive whole patient treatment, our team has your back and every other joint too. Ready to get back out there? Visit AOOK.com and let's move forward together. Advanced Orthopedics of Oklahoma. Heal, recover, advance.
Welcome back to Mustang Stadium with 14.4 left to play. As the Mustangs really have seen some good things happen in the first half. We've had some big running plays kind of break free. Some special team mistakes, kind of fumbled one that gave them an opportunity to put another 7. And really, man, I think Todd just kind of clog up some lanes because their running game really kind of is chopped away at us.
Yes. Yeah, especially that kind of that outer what do you call counter play.
Yeah.
This is a big deal right here. 14 seconds. You know, we need to get a really good kick and let it roll. Oh, man, that's not
twice,
good.
Yep.
That's going to be out at about the 30-yard line.
Tucker Rogers actually kind of filling in. I think Sam Hogue normally does the key. So, I'm sorry.
No, I was just trying to watch where they were. We got some grace there, guys, because that ball went out.
They'll spot it down. 39-yard line, I believe, is where they are headed.
It's the responsibility of the wide hat. He's behind the play to see where that ball goes over the line. So the line, in this case, the head linesman on this side, on the home side, has to watch. He just walks backwards until the wide hat tells him to stop.
All right, right there you go. So,
yep. So they got one play. Let's hope we can keep them out of the end zone.
Curious to see how aggressive they're going to be with that, if they're going to chunk that towards the end zone. Play clock is rolling.
I would be shocked if number one, their big play guy, Daniels, isn't out there on the far right and runs a deep. There he is. Okay, he's lined up on the outside out there. Oh, no, he isn't. He's coming over here. He's coming over this way. So watch him on a crossing pattern.
They've got a big, tall receiver in that outside spot. 2 receivers are stacked on this side.
There he goes over the middle.
Number 12.
Ooh, 2 seconds.
Max Whitekiller. He's a big, tall receiver. He's a junior. First down, we'll move the chains. 2 seconds left to play until half.
So this is going to be the last play unless there's a penalty.
Collinsville marching band is set to march. They will march first at the halftime show. Then we will show you the Mustang Stallion Battalion. Good job by that secondary, just kind of guarding that end zone.
There we go.
Missile thrown in there to number 2, Austin Boren, but nothing doing. At the half, Mustangs trail by 20. Going to take a timeout. We'll be back at the halftime show right after this.
Life doesn't wait for you to slow down. When you're moving fast and something doesn't feel right, Advanced Orthopedics of Oklahoma is here to help you stay in motion. Through our combined expertise in orthopedic surgery, non-surgical medicine, and comprehensive whole patient treatment, our team has your back and every other joint too. Ready to get back out there? Visit AOOK.com and let's move forward.
Welcome back to the Halftime Show. Brent Kellogg along with the Mustang crew. We're glad that you're with us. There's been requests for Kendra, you actually to join the broadcasting crew, kind of as what they described as the outfit consultant.
I've been asking for this opportunity for
Is
years.
this it? Is this your big moment to be a
waiting
part of ESPN Minus?
for years, and I feel like my moment is finally here. I'm so excited.
Well, welcome to the Halftime Show. Glad you're with us. And also our principal down at the lower elementary, kind of a new gig for you because you've been chasing older kids, and then now you've stepped down to the lower elementary, which is our pre-K, first grade, second grade, correct?
Yes, correct.
How's it going?
Going great.
Ankle biters? Like, if you got any bruises, like anybody grab hold and just start.
Yeah. Open a lot of milks, tie a lot of wet shoelaces. It's a different world.
Well, you have the patience for that, and everything that I hear, you're doing a fantastic job. So you guys had a big day today.
We did. We had Grandparents' Day today. That was a lot of fun. Really good to see a lot of grandparents getting to have milk and cookies with their grandkids. Just smiling faces as far as the eye can see. Definitely a big boost to morale, getting to see all those kids happy with their grandparents.
Now, was that in conjunction with like a book fair or?
We did that last year with the book fair. This year we're doing the book fair over Halloween.
Okay.
So,
because I know next Wednesday and Thursday, I believe the upper elementary is doing Grandparent Day, but there's this conjunction with their book fair that's getting ready to launch, right?
Yes, we brought Grandparents' Day back last year and had such a huge success and so many people who wanted to come that we had to separate it because we literally could not accommodate that many people on campus, which was a great problem to have.
Yeah, the lower elementary, because last year we moved over third grade.
Second grade.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
So second grade's I'm sorry, words are hard for me. Second grade is now at the upper elementary. So it's pre-K, kindergarten, and first grade at the lower, and then second, third, fourth, and fifth are actually in the upper. And so it's really big.
It is very big.
They start having lunch at 7:30 in the morning.
They do. And they finish at about 3:45. Yes.
Just to get all those kids in, which actually leads to just really a great opportunity for us as a school district to invest in our facilities and invest in some of our things. We released, I believe, last week, and then Dr. Wilkins, I think, has even posted some stuff this week, that we've released kind of some of the details and the sketches and the drawings about the school bond.
Yes.
And I've had the opportunity to be a part of that process and deciding what the needs are, because when you do begin to talk about a bond, everybody wants everything fixed. And when you're a multi-million-dollar campus like this, we can't necessarily address everything, but we can address something on every campus. And I feel like that's kind of the approach that we've taken with all of our campuses, that just trying to scratch a lot of those places, if you will.
Yes. We started this whole process quite a while ago, and we began with our teachers. What do you need for the classroom? What do you need to make your students as successful as they can be? And then we worked out from there. And one of the things that I think I'm proud of a lot of things when it comes to this bond initiative. I think one of the things I'm the most proud of is that every building is getting improvements that help them now, and that also help the needs that we forecast they're going to have in the future. Not only the buildings, but almost every department, practically every program gets touched with this bond, which means all 1,700 of our students that we currently have benefit, not to mention all the students that are going to come up over the next few years. So I'm proud of that work.
Some really big pieces in this. You're alumni, I'm alumni, and lovingly so, affectionately so, our high school still looks pretty similar to the way it did in 1993.
It sure does. Yes,
I think you said on Channel 2 the other day that your locker's still there, still looks the same.
Still looks the same.
Right.
Probably still doesn't open, and that's okay. That's okay. We're going to fix that eventually. That's okay.
And so, you can see on the screen, that's kind of what's now the library. It's going to be expanded a little bit, obviously bring some of the decor up to more contemporary decor, and that's, we're not calling it a library, but a media center, because so much of what happens in the library is more than just books.
Yeah, I think for me personally, as a former English teacher, and in my next life I want to be a librarian, this is one of the projects I'm the most excited about, because libraries have changed over the last 10 years or so, and it's certainly a place that kids do still go check out books. We have a lot of kids who love to read, and we want that available, but we also have a lot of things that happen in this space, including students that are doing concurrent enrollment, which we have an enormous number of students who are graduating from our high school with 12, 15, 18 hours of college already completed. This gives them an opportunity to have some study group sessions. We're envisioning some study areas where they could go and take a test in quiet and still be supervised. So I'm very excited about this project in particular.
Scott, one of the buildings, when I'm here get to be a part of a tour, I love going to your building. I love going to the lower, and we did a lot of stuff in the front of it. Like, if you haven't seen it, a lot of the landscape out in front looks new, but even just that building looks fun. And, of course, the flooring more up to date than what we've done in the high school. You can also see there in front, we don't want to lose the integrity. I mean, that kind of V shape that crosses those buildings across the front of 169, that's iconic, right?
Yes.
When you see that, you think Oologah for decades. So some of the new structures that we're adding, and on the screen in front of you, a new athletic kind of facility. And the way that I describe it is we live in an open transfer market.
Yes.
We want kids to walk through our facilities, and we want to be good stewards with taxpayers' dollars. That's why we're trying to do as much as we can. But we also want them to choose Oologah because they see quality, they see excellence, and I'm really excited about this facility.
I am as well. Our athletic programs are excellent, and
Yes.
our coaches are phenomenal, and our students are so involved, and they deserve facilities that meet their needs and also facilities that they can be proud of. And we're
Right.
very excited for this forward-thinking vision that Dr. Wilkins had to provide our middle school with their own gym that they could use for just middle school. This also addresses somewhat of a concern that we have students up to the 8th grade that have to go to the elementary for their PE classes. And maybe it's not the best idea to have second graders and 8th graders in the same building.
Absolutely.
So we're looking forward to them having their own space designed for a middle school, which will be great.
Absolutely. Just really excited about this. We will be expanding some space at the end of the middle school. We have an incredible band program.
Yes.
So much so that the middle school band room no longer accommodates the size of those classes.
Yes.
So the middle school band room and choir are actually getting expansion. But the best part of that is it's a safety facility.
Yes.
It's a storm protection facility,
Yes.
if you will, because middle school kids either have to go all the way through their hallways and get down to the cafeteria, or they have to cross the street.
They do.
And you don't want that in the middle of a thunderstorm that could potentially be. So I'm really excited about that piece.
I am too, and I think it's something that our community has asked for a while, for those students to have their own area. This helps Mr. Doss's building as well, because in a storm, he's already trying to take care of 300 5, 6, and 7-year-olds, and then to add 400 teenagers into the mix is a little bit of chaos and could be. So I'm sure this will be good for the lower elementary as well.
So this bond runs October 14th.
Yes.
And here's the deal I appreciate about all of our school board members, about our administration. If you have any questions, even if you have concerns, we are not afraid of those.
Not at all.
We would love to explain the why behind we're doing things. Maybe there's things you would like to see us do and we didn't get it on the list this time. We'd love to have that conversation with you, because there are other bonds that are in the future, and so this is kind of having master planning vision, if you will, for our school district, and there's a time frame for all of those things moving forward. But man, if you have any questions, please call the administration office. Kendra would love to meet with you. Dr. Wilkins would love to meet with you. Even us school board members, man, we're an open book, and I'm just really proud of the state of Oologah-Talala Public Schools and where we are.
Yes.
And just the things that are, there's been a ton of momentum. I say last year was a fantastic school year. And I know I keep talking about it, but we owned 46 state championship medals in that class that graduated.
Yes, phenomenal.
Yeah. I mean, we just have talented programs, talented FFA kids, talented jazz band kids, talented soccer kids, and just absolutely phenomenal. So, Scott, thanks for what you're doing down there.
Appreciate it.
He's doing a great job.
Yeah.
Doing a great
I have
job.
a lot of really good people with me. They get all the credit. not
Well,
me.
and so now, some of the kids that maybe hadn't been to school and going to pre-K for the first time, we've got all the jitters out. And I walked through the halls about day 3, and there were some that didn't really want to go to class.
Yes.
It's the first day back after the long weekend was a little rough. We had some criers.
Oh, yeah.
But
That
like
was
I said,
teachers, or was that kids?
Don't ask.
Maybe a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B. But,
Yeah.
But like I said, we had great people, and they were so welcoming, those kids. I mean, you get a kid crying out of a car, and by the time they get to their class, the teacher has them calm down and ready to learn. So that's what it's all about down there.
Well, Kendra, thanks for it. Has been a busy couple of weeks on our district. Like even today, I pulled up to the football stadium, like, where are we going to park? Because we've had softball going on, and we'll talk more about that in a second. But volleyball is at a big tournament this weekend, and both of those programs are having exceptional years.
Yes, they are.
Volleyball is ranked in the top 10. Softball is undefeated in district. And, man, just incredible things that are happening from top to bottom. FFA is so busy they can't even keep up with all the kids that are going to be showing in the next couple of weeks going on at the fairs and so on and so forth. You can see on the screen there. We got a bunch of kids that just really work hard. I think we have the best ag teachers in the state.
We do.
And they have just done, like, it's the number one reason why people request to transfer to Oologah Public Schools is to be a part of our FFA program.
Yes, and that program is so incredible because it pulls in kids from literally every other activity that we have. You have athletes in FFA. You have fine arts students in FFA. You have students that FFA is the thing that they do. You have some of our best students who are getting the best grades going on. There are valedictorians. They are a part of FFA, and I have really enjoyed learning more about it as a program and what it offers for students in terms of leadership,
right,
in terms of confidence and public speaking. The opportunities are endless for students in our FFA program.
Well, back first part of August, we had the opportunity to go receive an award for the best K through 12 school in the state of Oklahoma among all classes. It wasn't just a 4A thing. And that had to do with our tech, not just FFA, but all of our programs that are part of that tech.
Yes, as a matter of fact, today our FFA program shared on their Facebook page, and then we shared it to our district page, what their focus for the year is, which is being unfiltered and working on students living in the moment. And we want, as all of us probably need to focus on paying attention to the moment that we're in right now, being real with one another, being authentic, which is hard for adults and hard for kids. And one of the things I appreciate the most about that program and the teachers who lead it is there's a focus on that whole child. It's not just about, do you show an animal? It's not just about doing an agri-science project, and those things are important, but we want to develop these children to be the best adults that they can be once they leave us. And that is apparent maybe nowhere more than in the ag program.
Well, absolutely. And people say, oh, I thought it was just showing sheep.
Yes.
No. You can do anything you want to do.
Anything you want to do.
And that FFA, like if you play an instrument, you can do that in FFA. You give speeches, you can do that. Leadership's your path. You can do that in FFA. So really excited about that. Well, guys, thanks. Thanks for coming up and visiting with us.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure.
And just getting football, like we in it. Football season up and rolling, and on the road next week at Claremore. Always kind of a fun rivalry game. And then we kind of get a Sela, if you will, just kind of a week off, and then prepare. And maybe you know, maybe you're not aware, but Sam Noble, our head football coach, is Kendra's big little brother, right? Like he's the baby of the family,
yes,
right?
He's the baby.
So like I do the coaches show with him, and I literally am 4 feet shorter than him.
Yes.
Like I've looked up to Sam, and it's because he's really tall.
I've looked up to Sam since he was about 8. So, yes, I understand what you're saying. I do.
Well, we appreciate you guys and your time tonight. So we're going to go to the field and let you enjoy the Stallion Battalion Marching Band. We'll be back with more of the halftime show after they perform.
Boxes everywhere. And this is gonna be Addie's room.
I think you're really gonna like it. I hope so. Yeah.
I know this road is there for me.
First night here, but Amy seems cool.
Waist down by the river. I am blind, but I need not see.
I got this.
I know this road is there for me.
Okay.
If I'm really free, take me down to the river and wash me.
There's so many rewards in life. You coming into our home was one of the greatest rewards we could have ever had.
You know, it took 20 years, and I got my third child, who was 17 at the time.
It's so cool to watch the adult that you've become, and you really have done as much for us as you think we've done for you.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make. When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those barbecues you plan in detail for your family? Or your daughter's first costume party? It was out of this world. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
Well, welcome back to Mustang Stadium and the Mustang Halftime Show. Brent Kellogg, along with Todd Brock, Lane Brown, and the rest of the awesome Mustang crew. Certainly appreciate Scott Doss and Kendra Atkins coming up visiting with us. Some exciting things going on in the district with that bond issue that will be going to vote in October. And, man, even as a member of the school board, if I can answer any questions for you about that, we're really excited about this investment in the community. And, Todd, the thing about Oologah, this community has always really supported our public school system, especially when it comes to showing up for those bonds issues. Some transportation stuff in there we're really excited about. With the activity of kids that we have, sometimes we may have 8 kids that are going somewhere, and you hate to send a whole bus or even a mini bus. And so it's just a suburban fleet. We've got a good suburban fleet. Some of them are aging out. And just some really neat pieces to this bond issue. It's one of the biggest bond issues, I think, in school history. It's about $33 million. And just really excited about that. So that's coming up in October. Let's take a look at the first half stats there. Not as good as you would hope, I think. We had some life in certain sections, like the run game kind of had some moments. A couple of completed passes, but the passing stats aren't necessarily going to be as beautiful as we want. So, Todd, let's talk about what you got.
All right. Well, with Collinsville, they had 10 first downs. Rushing had 14 attempts for 161 yards. So they're averaging over 10 yards a carry. which is not good. We need to take that down. 9 of 12 for 107 yards passing for a total of 268 yards total offense. For the Mustangs, we had 4 first downs, 16 attempts rushing the football, 87 yards, 2 for 8 for 10 yards and an interception, 97 yards total offense. Our rushing totals on Sam's got 12 carries for 78 yards, and passing, like I said, Caden Fisher 2 for 8 for 10 yards. And Aiden Gaines has had both of those catches.
Sam's averaging 6.5 a carry, which that's fantastic.
And against a team like this, it bodes well for us.
Yeah, a couple of stats that stick out to me here. We've got to get that 97 yards offense. You got to find a way to just get first downs. Just get first downs. They're going to pin their ears back and shut down the run game. They want you to throw the ball. So, again, Sam has done a good job of making guys miss, but we're going to have to either some slants, some out routes, quick, safe passes that whether it's Brock Lustig or whether it's Caden Fisher, that they can kind of build some confidence. And let's just make progress. Let's just put snaps in the books. You're down by 20. I mean, anything can happen. Mustang magic can happen. But more than anything, let's get better, get prepared for district play, which is really 3 weeks away.
Right. Well, you hit it right on the head with the way they're packing the box. When we're on offense, they're packing the box. They've got 9 guys in the box pretty much, and so we need to maybe if we can do it, if Caden can get some comfortable throws right out there on the outside and get Aiden involved or Isaiah out there on the corner. Maybe we can make a couple big plays there.
I do see Brock Lustig down there throwing the ball. You may actually see him come in as quarterback. They're trying to warm him up a little bit. And Sam told me, he said, we will play both quarterbacks going in. That is part of the game plan, and so you will see that happen. Let's talk a little bit about some other things going on. We mentioned this in our halftime show, but Mustang Volleyball, they are 10-2, and they are ranked in the top 10 of Class 4A. Only 2 losses this season, have been extremely close games, went to 5 matches, normally play 3. And both were top 10 teams in 4A, Inola being one of those. And then actually Rejoice is a top 10 team in 3A. They're playing a really, really important tournament at Catoosa tonight. And the reason why that is, there's multiple top 10 4A programs that are there. And when it comes to the postseason, is my understanding, Coach Pye explained it to me, that polling or that ranking comes from coach vote. So you need some of those coaches to watch your girls play, vote them higher, because we would really like to host when it comes to that first round and those first sessions of postseason play for volleyball. So Coach Pye got her girls doing really well. Softball 12-5 right now, undefeated in district. I know I mentioned that. Ranked 2nd in district. Them and Miami got to figure some stuff out because Miami's number 1 and we're number 2 right behind them. But, man, just our fall program's off to a great start and really excited. I anticipate both of those programs making a great run in the playoffs. All right, well, we are set, ready to go. 12 minutes are on the clock. The Mustangs took the ball in the first half, and so they are set, ready to kick it away, and it's going to go out of bounds, and that's actually the first time Mustangs kicked the ball, too, isn't it?
Yes. Right, they have an option. They can re-kick it, or they can take the ball at the 35-yard line. Looks like that's what they're going to do. Nope, they're going to make them kick it again. Yep, they're going to make them kick it again. So they're going to move them back 5 yards, be kicking from the 35-yard line, and have to kick that ball again. Number 85 is our kicker, Cord Oliphant. I believe he's a freshman.
Yeah, freshman. His brother Blake was a kicker for us. Blake had quite the legs, so it's going to be interesting to see Cord. Sam, who's done a lot of our kicking duties, he will graduate and move on. So I would imagine Cord's got some work to do here over the next couple of years, and obviously getting some successive snaps tonight. So they're going to back him up, let him kick it again. And here we go.
That's a pretty good
Keep
kick.
this one in bound. Good kick. It's going to bounce.
Pushes
They've
him
got a
around
choice
the
to make.
side.
How about that? Number 7, the ball carrier, Denton Townsend.
Uh-oh.
And
we got a flag on the play.
we saw Laundry.
Yeah. A personal foul. I don't know if it was a late hit or if it was more of a target. He didn't give the target signal, though, so it must have been a late hit.
So it must have been a late hit on the play. So that will give the Cardinals pretty good field position, place it almost right at midfield, the 49-yard line, as they will move from left to right. Take just a second, hit that share button on your social media, and let folks know that the Mustangs are on the air.
All right, we need to keep watch on the outside. Try to keep them pinned in, not let them get on the outside. Contain those corners.
All right, first down and 10 coming up for the Cardinals. Ball at the 49-yard line. 3 receivers in the set. Mustangs with a 3-down lineman. Man, he got through the line and the linebacker, so you're having to make that stop 12 yards downfield. And your secondary guys happen to do that. First down and 10 coming up for the Cardinals.
You know, a trend that's happening, I'm seeing you see it in the pros all the time, you see it in college, and it's starting to come down to the high school, is instead of wrapping up, they're trying to hit them hard with their shoulders. And kids like this, like Rigby, who's been playing ball, you know, his whole life and runs the ball, you're just not going to take a guy down like that. That's going to bounce. Well, that's incomplete. Second down and 10 from the.
I do apologize. You notice a new score bug or a new scoreboard for our broadcast. And, man, our tech team, that wouldn't have happened if it hadn't for Seth Jackson up here tonight, punching all the buttons. Lane Brown helping with some of that as well. My apologies, because the graphic actually has a quarter place in there, but the software doesn't allow for the quarter place. So everybody's like, what are we not playing the ball game? What are we doing? So I have that fixed by next week when we go on the road to Claremore. So you've even seen instant replay be used a couple of times tonight. Pass complete over the left side.
Good tackle out there by Cade Evers.
Talon Rush, the receiver, gain of 5 will bring up. Again, putting that Mustang defense, it's the last couple of times they've been on the field, putting them in a third down manageable situation from a defensive perspective.
Yes. I'd be willing to bet this is a 2-down to get 6. They're not going to punt or kick a field goal from this distance. You wouldn't think. You know, you never know, I guess.
All right, 13 seconds left to play on the play clock. Collinsville not been in a hurry at any point tonight. Handoff, the running back.
Okay,
actually tackled him really well. He has been really elusive tonight, so kudos to bringing him down. Scott Rigby, the ball carrier for the Cardinals, so puts them at 4th down and 2. They're just going to run it. Mustangs know it. Couldn't really do much about it. Man, they had the guys piled up in the box. Rigby will get into the end zone.
He is really shifty.
Yeah. Yep, and kudos to their offensive line, because they really just put body on body and opened up a hole, and were able to make the play.
He's got some quick feet. I mean, he did some of those Barry Sanders moves. You remember?
Yeah.
We're old enough to talk about that,
absolutely.
Right?
Of course I would. I'm a Cowboy fan.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And to which Todd just announced that you have your Airbnb already booked for next year to go to Michigan?
To go to Michigan, absolutely. Yeah,
that would be a bucket list trip. I would love to go to Michigan to just experience the environment.
We went to Ohio State back when Baker was there, and we planted the flag. We were right down there by. It was so much fun. So much fun.
How do you think the Sooners going to fare coming up tomorrow?
You know what? I think they're going to. I think they can play. I think they're going to win the game. It's going to be close.
Their defense, I think, is going to be fun to watch this year. I know they've brought some big guys in, some speed guys too on the defense. So,
yeah, the key will be us running the ball, just like for the Mustangs. You know, the running the ball. You know, most games are won and lost in the trenches.
Absolutely.
And that's where OU has had trouble here lately, is just having that offensive line where we used to have. I say we. I never played there, right? But they've always had good line, and last few years have just been really struggling with that.
We're kind of a team divided here. I'm an Oklahoma State alum, but I ain't running no mouth. I'm just telling you, it's been a rough road to hoe for Oklahoma State fans. I'd be curious to see what kind of transpires tomorrow.
Yeah.
Whole new coaching staff other than head coach and your strength and conditioning coach, and I think a few other guys kind of stayed. But I love sports, love talking about it. Chris Kaiser and I, maybe you know Chris, he's FCA guy in the Tulsa area. We have a podcast called Game On Faith Edition. Find it on all the platforms where we just talk to athletes where faith has kind of really been a part of their story. Tress Way was our last interview, and just a phenomenal interview. Of course, he was, I believe, the best punter in OU history. Statistically, he was. There was a guy that had a better single season, but scope of body of work, Tress was a phenomenal
Agreed.
punter.
And he's done a great job in the pros, too.
Oh, yeah.
Now, is he still with the –
He's with Washington.
Okay, I started to say the Redskins, but they're not called the Redskins anymore.
No, for us guys that are olds, it's
What are they now?
The Commanders.
The Commanders, that's right.
Yep, the Washington Commanders, and they just signed him for another year. And
he's spent his whole career there, hasn't he?
No, this I think is his third stop, but probably his longest stop.
Okay.
And ChatGPT can be very, very helpful. So I was doing a little bit of show prep for that, and I ChatGPT Tress Way, and it said that he won a state championship while playing at Union High School. So I bring that up in the podcast. He's like, you would throw that in my face because we lost to Jinx, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, ChatGPT got me. So I explained myself and apologize for there my way. So nope, he was a Union kid, and then went and had an incredible career at Oklahoma, and he's just one of the good guys. And I told him, I said, I see life through orange-colored glasses, and it's just really hard when a classy OU Sooner comes along for me.
Right.
All right, Aiden Gaines, the ball carrier, gets it back out to the 20-yard line. Mustang offense will take over first down and 10 with 10:05 left to play in the third quarter. Be the Mustangs' first opportunity here to touch the ball on offense after some of those halftime adjustments. And halftime has to be highly, highly scheduled. You don't really get that much time. They don't necessarily break so much into position groups just because so many guys play different positions. A lot of times your receivers are also your secondary on defense. And so kind of go in, get hydrated, and you got to find a great inspirational speech. Here we go. Handoff. Round the right side, Sam doing what he does, was fighting, actually had a little bit of a gain, but then when we made that move, he lost a yard. So that'll bring up second down and 11.
I think Brock is in there as well.
Yes, I believe you are correct. Yep, Fish is on the sideline.
Because we're having to play so many, guys on both sides, that really does wear you down when you're playing a bigger school, especially. Collinsville, they have a few guys that go double, go both ways as well. But
I would think most high schools 5A and under have double-way rosters. You get into the big guys in the 6As, that they have some depth. I'm really good friends with the Sand Springs crew. My son actually works on that crew with those guys, and so it's different. We're the smallest 4A coaching staff in the state of Oklahoma. Sand Springs is 6A2, and they have 13 coaches on their staff.
Wow!
And so you can spend some more time teaching, coaching in those specialty groups. All right, 3 receivers.
It's a little bit of a
to the near
different
side.
I haven't seen this setup. Well, I don't remember seeing it. Maybe they've been doing it, and I just haven't been paying attention.
10 seconds. Brock's going to have to pay attention. That play clock got him last week, so he's going to have to be aware. And I bet Sam's watching it too. We'll call timeout. Nope, they're going to get it off. Little screen out to Aiden Gaines to let Aiden do what he can, create some space.
There you go. That's a first down.
A little bit of laundry on the field. We'll have to see what that call is.
I think they're going to call a low block. That was the original signal by the line judge here.
Nope, they're saying it against. Oh, so it was a low block against Collinsville. I'm waiting on the white hat. So, okay, face mask.
Oh, face mask. Okay.
All right, well, we'll take that. So first down and 10 for the Mustangs. Completing that pass, just giving Aiden a chance.
Just get him the ball.
You give Aiden, Reed Barron, Sam Hogue, give those guys a chance, and they can make things like that happen. Move the chains, progress, first down and 10. I like the fact that they've gone back to the passing game too. Sam met in the backfield and just brought down. Man, the offensive line there just kind of got overwhelmed by that defensive line. He'll lose 2.
Yeah, that big nose tackle in there. He came off and kind of shot that A gap.
Mustangs on the road next week at Claremore. And then we will have a week off. So you can play week 0 in OSSAA rules, and we took that opportunity to give you a week of rest before you begin district play. And actually, our first district game, Miami, comes here, and it will actually be homecoming night for the Mustangs. And so that's always a fun night, lots of fun and festivities. All right, second down, 12. Brock back to pass, being chased. Out to the right side, number 5, the ball carrier, Reed Barron. Knocked out of bounds.
Is that his first catch of the year?
I think he had one last week.
Did he have one last week?
Yep.
Okay, I couldn't remember.
I think he had a touchdown last week.
All right, third down and 9 coming up for the Mustangs.
You know what this is doing, though? Obviously, that was a single, one yard pass. But it is getting Brock used to being in there, kind of getting his feet under him, getting to throw the ball.
But you're telling the defense, hey, we've not given up on the passing game. Screen out. Sam on the right side really just wasn't anywhere to go with that.
That was really a good catch by him, too.
Yep, good pass by Brock. I mean, right there. Actually, there was a linebacker, looks like, that came over and was able to clog that up.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so 6:28. It is fourth down. And I think they're going to bring the punt team on. Tucker will come into the lineup. Brock's out there, too. But he may just be kind of that mid-protection.
You know what?
They're
going for it.
Maybe so.
Or maybe a quick kick.
That's the thing with Tucker. He can be a running back, but he can also be your punter. So it may be kind of a read situation.
There they are. Now they're moving over.
And a good punt. There we go. We kind of needed that, some special teams play tonight. Come on, guys, make a tackle. Number 2 kind of got him from behind, so Uriah Hooks will bring him down. Big return for Collinsville. Pretty good field position for them as they begin their second drive of the half.
That young guy, he's only about 5'7", 155 is what they list him, but, man, he is quick.
That's fast. Todd, I don't want to race him.
I don't want to race him either.
I don't want to race him.
No.
All right, ball down the 46-yard line. The Mustang defense got their work cut out for them. And kind of enjoy the beautiful weather of a Friday night here in Oologah. I mean, this feels like a 1st of October game.
Yeah, I was just getting ready to say that. It feels like almost like a fall classic. I mean, everybody's bundled up down there.
Quarterback's got some time. Be curious if they're going to incomplete pass. Good job by Sam Hogue on the coverage. So second down and 10.
Well, if I'm the Collinsville coaches, I'm coming back to that play and running somebody across the middle. Our linebackers both shot to the outside. We left a gap wide open in the middle there. Be real careful with that, overplaying those outside throws.
All right, Collinsville checking to the sideline. 5:40 left to play in the third quarter. Handoff.
Good tackle.
Receiver. How about
Good
that?
tackle.
Man in the backfield. He'll lose. Nope. It looks like they're going to give him a yard.
That was Guerin.
I do see flag down on the play.
Personal foul. Not sure who he was talking to. Lane, did you see who he was talking to?
No. We took off, I think, Maddox.
Well, goes the wrong way. It's against the Mustangs. Mustangs have piled up some penalties tonight. I still think Collinsville's got more on the stat sheet than we have. It's one thing as a coach that'll drive you crazy. Pass completed on the left side to number 12. Max Whitekiller. It'll be a 1st down and 10 coming up for Collinsville. Quarterback just able to roll out. Had a little bit of pressure. And you can see Isaiah chasing, come across, but enough for a 1st down and 10. All right. 4:50. 58 and counting. Got a man in motion in the backfield. Just going to hand it off. Number 17 for the Mustangs will be the one to slow him down. Hunter Shondell, a couple of guys will help bring him down as well. Gain of about 8. Brings up 2nd down and short. Starting to feel some fatigue on this defense because, man, they've been on the field a lot. Collinsville has been able to put together and sustain some drives. And fatigue kind of starting to set in a little bit. Got to dig deep.
Yep. They're subbing in a couple of the down linemen about every play.
Good for a 1st down for the Cardinals. Pitch and catch number 18. Talon Rush called his name a couple of times tonight. That's inside the 10, so it'll bring up 1st down and goal.
Okay, here's that Wildcat that you like, or that they ran.
Well, it got me. I'm just going to be honest with you.
Yeah,
It got me because they do have number 2 listed on their roster, listed as a quarterback,
yep,
as an H-back, and as a linebacker. So,
yeah, well, there he is. He's a big, strong kid.
I bet he's just going to keep it. Although apparently he has the ability to throw the ball as well. So, low snap. Able to correct it. I think he stayed in bounds. Again, Shondell over there to help bring him down, keep him out of the end zone. Brings up 2nd down and goal, about the 4-yard line. Mustangs on the road at Claremore. We'll do our best to have things set up and ready to go about 6:30. Always try to get you 30 minutes before kickoff. Make sure everything's up and working. Claremore's a beautiful stadium. Great facility to broadcast from as well. That's where he is dangerous because he can run it. He can throw it.
You know, I'm wondering.
It's kind of a late flag.
Yeah. They've got an illegal man downfield. So that means one of the linemen were down.
Was a step too far.
Yep. And I said I misspoke last week. I said about that it was a 1-yard gap between, but you actually get 2 yards from the line of scrimmage. So he was past 2 yards.
Yeah, I lost a lot of sleep on that.
I'm sorry about that. See, that's where the coaches would say, "Don't you know the rules?" Yeah. Well.
Actually, I saw you have your rule book up here tonight.
I do. So I always hold it.
In need of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just never know.
All right. That's a 5-yard penalty, I believe. So it brings up 2nd down and goal. Ball's at the 8. Collinsville is not in a hurry. Play clock has not started.
Should be a 25-second clock.
There we go. Now it's rolling.
There you go. I was waiting for the white hat to give you the signal.
Hand off to number 3. Up the middle will carry a tackler in. Scott Rigby as the Cardinals tack on another 6. Seth Jackson, the guy that's making that pretty little scoreboard operate right there. He's done quite a job. They teach you how to do that in Stillwater? No, there's no classes on scoreboards at OSU. Takes a lot to make us happen. All right, here we go for the PAT. They've missed one tonight, but have made the rest. Ball down on the way. And it is good. The Cardinals on top, 34, Mustangs 0. With 2:35 left to play in the third quarter, I would like to see the Mustangs sustain a drive, and let's pick up a couple of first downs. And if Brock's going back in, let's let him keep throwing the ball. Like, he was getting more confident with each throw. Sam obviously has had a pretty good night running the ball, but let's talk about that progress, just moving the football. 2 and 3 yard plays are good plays.
Right. Just getting his feet under him. And he's playing against a team that we're outmanned a bit. And for him to come in and be able to play with some confidence, that's going to bode well for him down the road, because he's just a sophomore?
Yes, I believe so. Yep. Appreciate the lesson.
No, he's a freshman.
He's a freshman, yeah.
Yeah, he's just a freshman.
They're great sponsors of Mustang Athletics. All right, Coach Noble will break the huddle. The Mustangs come out, special teams. Boy, it'd be nice to see Maddox or Sam or Aiden Gaines to break one here. Let your special teams put some points on the board.
They're definitely kicking it into the corners so that they can get their coverage team down. That's what they've been doing all night.
28 set to kick it away. Jack Eddington for the Cards.
There we go.
Good
again.
kick. Won't get to the end zone. It'll go to about the 8 yard line, and that's Maddox DeVilbus. Kind of danced around in a hole, got out to about the 23 yard line. Knocked out of bounds, and they will start 1st down and 10 with the Mustang offense. Appreciate our trainers, Addison Byers, Avery Duff, Lila Vaughn, Emma Peters, Peyton Wells, and Kinsley Hedman. Those girls do a great job making sure the guys have what they need, are hydrated. There's a lot that goes into that, and our coaching staff always has a great crew of trainers to help assist and take care of all the athletes.
Very important people on a team, for sure.
All right, Mustang offense set, ready to roll.
Yeah, he's offsides. 57 lined up offsides.
Didn't,
or 59.
Didn't check.
Yep. When he went down, I started to say something, but I thought, I better wait. It looked like as soon as he put his hand down.
You want to take advantage of the situation. You are 1st down and 5. So a 3 yard play is fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you kind of open up some things. I'd love for our offensive line to kind of create some time, create some space. There you go. Pass the ball again.
Oh, good pass
complete.
too.
Number 3.
Nice
That's
job.
Isaiah Contreras, flag down on the play. We'll see what the white hat is. That was thrown in.
Pass interference on the defense.
Okay.
So they have a chance. They're probably going to take it 15 yards instead of it's a 13-yard play.
So a 1st down just by the action of the play, and then they'll tack the penalty on top, correct?
No,
okay,
he has the
penalty.
choice.
Okay.
He has the choice to take the play or a 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. So they're just going to take the play. Which is, you know what? It's only 2 yards. He would have gained maybe an extra yard or 2, but more importantly, it gives Brock some confidence to say, you know what? I just gave a 13-yard pass.
Absolutely. All right. New set of downs. 1st down and 10 for the Mustangs. Handoff up the middle. Because they've been passing the ball, it's kind of created a little bit of space up front. They're kind of having to honor that. And so, again, 3 yard carry. Good news for the Mustangs.
Yeah, that's really a good job. Again, Sam is just running so hard in between the tackles.
2nd down, 6 forthcoming for the Mustangs. High formation.
Fumble.
Ball's on the ground.
Did he get it back? I think he got it back. Yep, he did. Couldn't tell if that was a bad exchange or if he...
Yeah, I think he's going to lose a yard, maybe. There's 2 yards on the play, so 3rd down, 7 coming up. With 1:13 left to play. All right. 3 receivers in the set. Aiden Gaines, the slot to that side. Hand off to Sam's got some room. He's going to get there. 1st down.
Yep, first down, no flags. All right, we got a good drive going.
First down and 10 coming up. 50 seconds left to play in the third. This is exactly, Todd, what you wanted to see this offense do. And Collinsville probably playing some second string. That's fine. That's absolutely fine. You want to walk out with progress. You want to walk out with a quarterback taking some measurable snaps.
Yes. Well, they still got a bunch of their starters in there. So
32, Tucker Rogers, the ball carrier for the Mustangs.
You know, we've talked about in these kind of games, when there's a big lead like this, a lot of teams will take out their starters in the fourth quarter.
Right.
And that looks all fine and good until you get to the playoffs and you have to play a whole game. And that's a tough way.
I think I shared that story last week. There was a team around here that just dominated everybody in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
And by the time they got to playoffs, they had some fatigue. Timeout on the field. We'll take one as well. Be back with the last quarter of Mustang football right after this.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. Those 9 months were also 273 days of planning. What about your daughter's first costume party? It was out of this world. And let's not forget those barbecues you plan in detail for your family and your more vegetarian by the day best friends. That surprise party for your parents' golden anniversary? You get the golden planning. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
We said we'd never break the 3-second rule. Never do that. And never become.
So we had some technical difficulties there. What a great run by Aiden around the end. Just another great play. It's really encouraged by this, and I know they are as well. And they are running the clock. Oh, man. Pass is intercepted by number 7. Collinsville down on the 5-yard line.
And you were putting together a really good drive. You were knocking on the end zone, but the pass is intercepted by Denton Townsend.
The coach, coach was wanting a roughing the passer penalty, but the white hat just didn't see it. It was really close. I mean, Brock got tagged, but they are allowed a step. So
young quarterback, that's part of where you're at. That's just he's got to take those snaps. And so defense back out on the field with a running clock. Nope, they've actually stopped it. Okay.
Yeah, well, just because we changed.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Play clock is started. Handoff up the middle. Really not a lot there. I think he's going to, I guess no gain on the play. Kind of waiting to see where that far side official came in on, but I think second down and 10 coming up.
Looks like got a new running back in there, number 0, Logan Jeter. He's a sophomore. I think he's the one that just carried the ball there.
Quarterback got a little bit of time now. Being flushed. He'll go down. No gain on the play. Mustang defense has held him to 3rd and long. Of course, the Cards are backed up against that end zone.
Yeah, we still have the starting quarterback in, but number 0 is the running back for the Cardinals.
Jeter. Yep. All right, Cardinals looking at the sideline, waiting for the play. 10-17. Counting. Boy, they do not get in a hurry. Quarterback going to knock out of bounds. Is that Sam Hogue that was over there, I believe?
Yes, it was. Nice tackle.
Kept him from getting the first down.
Yeah, 4th
Good
and 1.
Good awareness on, field position, and so it's 4th down and 1. I think they're going to punt this one away. They haven't been perfect in the special teams exchanges tonight, and so the Mustang defense holds Collinsville on a interception to a 3-and-out. So progress, man, what a big stand for that Mustang defense.
Baby steps. We got a lot of young players.
Aiden Gaines back to receive for the Mustangs. He's standing on the other side of the 50-yard line.
The coach does have a lot of positive things he can pull out of this game.
Get away from that. It'll actually take a Mustang bounce down to the 35. So really kind of almost back where you were just a moment ago. So let's pick that up and put the ball in the end zone.
I'm liking that coach is keeping Brock in here, giving him some reps, because I think down the road we're going to need him. Both of those guys.
Mustangs on the road at Claremore next week. Pre-game starts at 6:30. Kickoff at 7:05. Hope you can join us. Grandparents' Day coming up Wednesday, Thursday for Oologah Upper Elementary. Really fun event. Had that today in our lower elementary with our younger kids. And next week starts a book fair for the elementary. Whew!
Man.
He was hitting the backfield and really just know where to go. I think he'll lose 2. I believe that was Sam on the ball carry, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. He didn't have a chance on that one.
Yeah.
They shot the gap there, and just I'm not sure. It was 56, and he's a down guy, so I'm not sure if he shifted over and was able to get into a gap, but, man, he got in there quick.
Special thanks to all of our sponsors for their support of Mustang football. Couldn't do it without the great folks of our community partners. And that just went backwards. And that he came from the corner with his ears pinned. And well executed by the Collinsville defense. Just really wasn't anywhere for him to go.
No, and I think that was just a quarterback draw. Or maybe a sprint right like they used to do.
Mid-America Feeds, located in the heart of northeast Oklahoma, right off Highway 169, Talala, Oklahoma, delivers the highest quality livestock feed and service for both bulk and bag needs. Visit their website. See all the great services and products they have. Great sponsors of Mustang Athletics.
Oh.
Pass intended on the left side. Maddox to Vilbus. A little confusion on the route. Kind of overthrew him just a little bit.
I'm sorry. Well, I was just going to say, I something small, but Reed out there on the outside was blocking number 0, and they were kind of getting after it, and the play was over, and Reed helped him get up. Now I know this is a rival game and all of that, but you know what? There's something to be said about good sportsmanship and good character, even in a rivalry game. I really like to see that.
Appreciate that about our students and our coaching staff and the expectation. Pass intended right across the middle for Reed Barron. Big target. Just underthrew him just a little bit, not allow him to make a play. So turnover on downs. Collinsville will take over first down and 10 with 7:42 left to play.
This Collinsville team is going to be a good team. They're going to be fun to watch through the year, see how they do.
Yeah, nobody had tape on them.
Right.
So it's really we didn't know. I think they lost some of their key players last year, so just weren't really sure what was making the bus trip in. And I will tell you this, they've done a really good job blocking in that run game. And I know we probably beat that horse to death tonight. But a well-balanced offense where you can be effective in the run game just really opens up your tool chest. And I'm going to give it to their offensive line. Those guys have done a really good job tonight.
Well, and Lane and I were looking at their roster before the game, and they only have 3 seniors in with 50 and above, the numbers. So that means they only have 3 seniors total in their offensive defensive line, which is crazy. So they're playing a lot of underclassmen for sure.
Gain of a long 3 for Collinsville brings up 2nd down and 7. They're going to run some guys on and off. They will take their time. There's no need to hurry. Collinsville kind of plays a slower play, certainly eating up the clock.
I think Coach Noble's a little upset that number 0 took his helmet off, and he's still in the game. You can't do that.
Oh, how about that? Who got in there and blew that
Good tackle,
up?
number 17.
For the Mustangs, that's Hunter Shondell. We've called his name several times here on the last couple of defensive stands, and man, just great awareness. Kind of got a guy at his ankles and brought him down. So 3rd down and long.
That's another freshman.
Another freshman. They really like kind of what's in the pipeline coming, because there's been a couple of years where the pipeline, just was a little bit bare. 10 years ago, had 3 teams went back to the state championship game, and there were some D1 players, like a guy by the name of Brock Martin went on there, and Braden Despain went on and had good careers.
You know what, though, with small, I think we talked about this last week, small schools, they seem to go through cycles.
Yeah.
My boys grew up in Nowata, and we, during their time, we were really good in all sports. Went to area 2 years. Both my boys went to the area finals their senior year in basketball, and they went to state. My youngest son went to state. In fact, one of the coaches for Collinsville, the offensive coordinator over there, Corey James, he was the offensive coordinator for the Nowata Ironmen back when they went to the state championship and played against Davis.
Oologah's in a unique situation because we are in an open market school system in the state of Oklahoma. You have open transfers, and as far as an athlete goes, you get one. We're surrounded by a Claremore, a Collinsville, a Bartlesville, and even a Wasso. You want a program that can benefit from that. So you have a kid that may get significant snaps as a second stringer or what have you at, say, a Bartlesville or something like that. You want Oologah to be that place. You want to be competitive, and so they have an opportunity that they can come here and probably land a starting role. And I feel like Oologah can very much, in all of our athletics, benefit from that. Ball carrier's got some speed to him around the right side. Number 16, that's Zayden Hamilton.
Sophomore.
Brings up a 4th down and short for the Cardinals. But, man, once he got in that hole, his kind of quick step speed was pretty impressive.
So we got 4th down. 4th down and 1, looks like.
Mustang defense held him 3 and out last time.
Good play defense.
There you go. How about that? Man, felt like number 0 in the backfield for Collinsville was kind of helping his blockers stay in the backfield.
But you go through cycles, and that's we're maybe on an uptick.
Yeah,
hopefully that's the case.
They're excited about the 8th grade crew that will be dumping into this system next year. I know there is serious conversation between our coaching staff and helping our downline, helping our little Mustang programs, and just making sure there's continuity. Now that takes some time.
Yes.
And
it takes cooperation between those coaches that are down those lower levels.
Yeah, but I've had that conversation with Coach Noble, and that is his heart, is that we can help those younger coaches. But there's Aiden Gaines around the left side. Going to pick up 7. Good carry.
Well, when you do that, everybody benefits because you're getting the support. Oh, looks like we got an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty here coming up.
Man, Aiden's taking a couple of zingers tonight. Dead ball against the Mustangs.
On us. Don't want it.
Oy vey, everybody.
And that's an after the down play, so that means second down and a long ways.
Long ways.
I'm sorry, third down and a long ways. Because that was
he
second
lost it down, right. Dead ball. That young man is going to carry himself off the field because he loves to play football. And you can tell he's kind of walking in some pain. Boy, I hope that's not.
The way he's walking looks like he might just got shook up a bit. Yeah, that's a big penalty.
That's a big penalty. All right, Mustangs going to take a timeout. We'll take one as well. Be back with more Mustang football right after this.
Last week, Brandon met a girl on a dating app. One day after work, he finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being too pushy? Maybe it was too...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving. I would love to go on a date. How does tonight sound?
Brandon tried to play it cool, but inside he knew. A girl so smart, so responsible. She must be a keeper.
RCB Bank is community. RCB Bank is friendly customer service. RCB Bank is trusted. RCB Bank is here to help. RCB Bank is yesterday, today, and tomorrow. RCB Bank is everywhere you need us to be. We are RCB Bank. Open an account online today to see why our customers always say, RCB Bank, that's my bank.
Welcome back to Mustang Field. The last 5 minutes and 10 seconds left to play in this one. The Mustangs have remained scoreless for the night. Would be nice. Mustangs to be able to kind of knock that goose egg off the board. Big penalty put the Mustangs behind the chains. You get some of that penalty yardage back. Gain of about 6. We'll say a gain of 5, actually. So it's going to bring up 3rd down and 13 coming up, I believe. High snap. Caden Fisher, the quarterback. Sam Hogue get back to the original line of scrimmage, knocked out of bounds. They tell you keep the clock running. Just I believe it's a running clock. He was knocked out of bounds, but 4th down and 10 coming up for the Mustangs. Todd, it doesn't get any easier. Next week you're on the road at Claremore. They're down in 5A now, aren't they? They have been in 6A too, but I believe they're actually in the same district with Collinsville.
Well, I haven't heard anything about them. We'll have some tape on them this week,
Finally,
so we'll be able to watch them.
I think they were off week 0 too. So
yeah.
Caden going to pass left side, gain of 3. Certainly not enough for the first down, so the ball does go to midfield. And Collinsville will take over 1st down and 10. And I would imagine that they will probably close this one out. Mustangs will get a much-needed week off. And then they start district play with homecoming. Here is Miami. It's always a fun game. Seems like the Mustangs the last several years have paired up well, just talent-wise, roster-wise. And so you love to play a game where it's guys your size, rosters your size.
Yeah.
And Miami, typically who wins between Oologah and Miami determines who's going to go in one of those playoff spots.
Well, we talked about last week, even with Coach, about when you're playing these bigger schools like Collinsville and Claremore next week, obviously you want to try to be competitive, but you really want to make sure you get out of those without any major injuries.
Absolutely.
And so far we're doing good with that.
And I'm going to come from and I know you coach to win, but you also don't want to open your whole playbook.
You know, I was thinking about that too, and I was looking at it from the defensive perspective. You know, we've not changed our look in 2 games.
Right.
And so I don't know if that's. Of course, we got a new guy doing the defense, right? And so he's trying to teach them his system and all of that. I'm sorry, we got a
penalty. Yeah, it's a holding call on the Cardinals, so that'll back them up. No, I mean, so there's a lot of conversation that happens around these non-district games. You know, Veneta's below you. Do you really get a taste of who you are when you play a 3A? Although, I mean, there's potential that Oologah could be in 3A in the coming seasons. We're one of the smaller 4A schools. But, man, playing 5s and guys that are at the top of 5, that's a big ask just because their rosters are so much more robust than yours. And, I think you will see a change in the coming years of what this Week 2, Week 3 game will look like. We're probably going to be looking more for some home and aways with some 4As, some 3As, you know, some Berry Hill, some Glenpools, and things like that.
That was a nice play. Is that Isaiah, number 2? No, that's Uriah.
Yep.
Uriah Hooks.
Yep.
Or Yuri?
Yeah, his nickname, they call him Yuri, but
okay.
Uriah Hooks. Yep. Sorry. I get the opportunity to be around these guys sometimes.
Yeah, that's good. That was a really good play. He really broke on the ball well. I thought he might get it there for a second.
Kid that graduated last year, Ryan Tunison. Well, his nickname was Tuna.
Oh, well, there you go.
You got to be careful.
That makes sense.
Yep. Great kid, multi-sport athlete. All right, so Collinsville is going to take a timeout. We're going to take it with them. We'll be back. More Mustang football right after this.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. Those 9 months were also 273 days of planning. What about your daughter's first costume party? It was out of this world. And let's not forget those barbecues you plan in detail for your family and your more vegetarian by the day best friends. That surprise party for your parents' golden anniversary? You get the golden planning. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
Collinsville Cardinals with the football. They will move from right to left, handoff up the middle, but because of a holding penalty, he's not even back to the original line of scrimmage. That'll bring up a third down, about a 16 situation, maybe 3rd and 15, I believe.
Collinsville's got number 41 in a quarterback. We don't have that number on their roster, so we're not sure who that young man is. Do you have it on yours?
I do not.
Lefty.
Appreciate all of our great sponsors like Edward Jones Investment, Ken Jensen helping you discover what truly matters. Advanced Homes, visit advancedhbi.com, helping you build your dreams. And Raising Cane's, popular chicken finger brand with a focus on community involvement. Saw him today. Actually saw him a couple of days ago in the hallways here at the high school. Just a great partner, helps us do a lot of our hosting and things like that. Certainly appreciate Raising Cane's. I'm a Raising Cane's fan.
Oh, I love their chicken.
The cane sauce, man, it just hits.
Yeah. Other people try to make it. They don't make it like they do.
Yeah, it just hits. All right, Cardinals going to punt it away, so kudos to the Mustang defense for holding. Ball goes down to the 30-yard line with 2:13 left to play. I would love to see the Mustangs do something here and at least get that goose egg off the scoreboard. It hurts my heart.
Yeah, and it would really encourage them.
And they've been there. They have been knocking on the door a couple of times, unable to finish drives. How you respond to these type games really what develops the character of these young men. Play with your head held high. Play the man in front of you. Play the snap in front of you. So.
And we got Brock back in there as quarterback.
And I really think that's what they intended to do all night long. Probably saw Caden Fisher a little more in the first half, but I really think they intended to kind of share the load. Right up the middle, kind of up that middle gap. Gain of 6 brings up second down, a very manageable 4.
Another good run for Sam, right up the middle.
Lane, get a look at how many yards Sam has.
96.
96 yards. Boy, I'd love to see him get 4 more and break the century mark.
Mm-hmm.
Those 100-yard games are really, really important as you kind of amass that season total. Especially since some big defensive linemen like he's faced here tonight. Speaking of big defensive linemen, met at the line of scrimmage, they'll say a loss of a yard. They're down 5, forthcoming for the Mustangs. Collinsville student section's fired up over there.
They're making a lot of noise.
All right, minute 11 as the clock continues to tick away. Come on, Sam, get those 4 yards.
Oh, got a
there's
holding
flag
penalty.
down, so I guess those all come off the.
Yep.
Man, he broke the 100 mark too.
Yep. Now with that one, that will be a spot foul because it was behind the ball, but it was ahead. It was past the line of scrimmage, so it'll be a 10-yard penalty from where that flag is.
And he's standing at the flag, so it'll put him behind the chains and bring up. It's not a loss of down, but it'll bring up a third and. Oh, about 12, I'm guessing. No, 12. Yeah, math's hard.
Yeah, about 14.
14.
Almost
there you
15. 14 looks like. Yeah.
All right, third down. 51 seconds left to play.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Yeah, moves the chains. Good run for him. Goes in the stat books. Been a pile of penalties for the Mustangs. I think the penalty sheet's pretty even tonight. Collinsville kind of had the edge on that in the first half. High snap. Sam going to get around the corner. He'll get a lot of that penalty yard back.
So he's gone over a century there. It's almost a 10-yard run.
They will stop the clock with 29 seconds. 4th down and 5 coming up for the Mustangs.
103 yards.
Chalkline Insurance Agent. Give Coach Brown a call. He's your local insurance agent right here in Oologah. Burns Propane, providing propane to the greater Oologah area for over 20 years. Appreciate their support of Mustang Athletics. All right, 9 seconds on the play clock. Swapping a receiver to the other side of the field. That's Isaiah Contreras. Oh, boy. Sam's going to try to make something happen, but, man, he's going to be swallowed up, which stinks.
Yeah.
Because that'll take yards off of his stat sheet. But you got to save
yards.
the ball. Yep.
Doggone it. I'm not sure why they got the clock stopped.
I would assume Collinsville.
Was that
was fourth down.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was third down.
Collinsville will most likely take a victory formation, and maybe the last time we see this rivalry game for a while. Congratulations, the Cardinals. Wish them the best of luck on their season. Several years ago, won a state championship. I know our coaches know them. Our players know a lot of them. Sometimes they wind up at some of the same 7-on-7 camps, and it's a rivalry game, but they are our neighbors, and we certainly wish them the best of luck on their 2025 campaign. What I've seen tonight, be curious to see how that stacks up in 5A, but, man, they've got some guys.
Oh, yeah, they've got some guys. Got some players.
Definitely got some running backs. Be interesting to see how their passing game kind of fleshes out. But they also, kudos to our secondary. They went against a very veteran secondary. Well, that one right there should put this one in the books. Lane, any final thoughts from you tonight?
No, sir.
Todd, what do you think?
Well, the score is 34-0, but you know what? There's a lot of things that Coach Noble and the crew can take out of this, some positive things and some encouragement. But I think probably the biggest thing right now is that we don't have anybody on the sidelines in crutches or having any big injury, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, Aiden Gaines is walking through the line.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So that was the goal, was to not get beat up seems like the last couple of years we play these bigger opponents, we've had some pretty key injuries.
Yes, key injuries.
And so, they'll get everybody checked out. Everybody will get graded. They'll prepare for Claremore, which also a big opponent. They've got some guys over there. We'll go on the road. We'll be on the air at 6:30. I want to focus on, and I know it was late in the game and probably playing some second-string players, but your defense got some stops, which I think was really, really crucial because for the most part, Collinsville was able to do what they wanted when they wanted to do it. And so your defense kind of found a way. Some of their schemes finally kind of worked. I'm going to brag on Brock. I thought Brock threw the ball for the most part pretty well. He's a young quarterback, made some wrong reads, obviously had an interception, but I think he got considerable work tonight. I think Caden Fisher brings, some great skills just as he's learning to kind of calm down, read. Both of these guys have just kind of been thrown in that situation.
Yeah.
And so Coach DeVillis, who's the quarterback coach, he's got some work to do with these guys, as all the coaches do. So nobody takes it harder than that coaching staff. Man, they really do. They want to see these guys succeed, but they also want to see these guys become great quality of character young men. And you see that. You see that in sportsmanship. You see
Yes.
that in how they treat each other in the locker room. And honestly, the vibe in the locker room has been fantastic this season among the coaches, among the players. And that starts at the top. It starts with Sam Noble and his relationship with his coaches. They all play golf together. They get along really well together, so I appreciate his leadership in that. And Mustangs, get your head held high. You got another game Friday night. You kind of get some much-needed rest, and then we're going to run through district, and we've got some big opponents in district, but also got enough winnable games. I really think this team can land in the top half of the district, which would send you into postseason play.
Yeah, we definitely have some. We have some guys too.
We got guys too.
And
Absolutely.
And so again, it's early in the season. They're just kind of learning. We got some really key positions that are just really being filled by guys who've only had the positions for just a few weeks, and so we got to give them a little patience with that. But overall, I feel like we're heading in the right direction.
All things go well, we'll be on the air next Friday night at 6:30. We hope to see you along for the ride for the entire Mustang broadcast crew. Todd Brock, Lane Brown, Seth Jackson for the Hero Award tonight, man. He was the one that made that little scoreboard work. Got some awesome camera guys out there who've done the guy punching all the buttons, Mr. Grayson Atkins. You guys have a wonderful Mustang evening, and we will see you back here next Friday night. The Mustangs are on the road.